Cool. Good counting, Jared.
So Shell got me confused with the intro and...
Hey, this is a very confusing
3, 2...
Hey, what are you guys doing here? I mean, it's 6 o'clock on a Friday night. I mean, I was just about to sit down and play some Pathfinder with a couple of my friends in their garage.
Yeah!
I guess if you want to hang out with us and watch, you can. I don't know if is that something that you guys want to do? Is just hang out and watch us play Pathfinder? Are you guys okay with that? Being on camera?
I kind of like it.
You kind of like the idea? Maybe we should do like a show like that.
Like it.
What would we call it?
What's that?
We call it...
I don't know. Dragons and...
Objects.
Object.
Dragons and sundry dragons
We
and
change it every year.
assorted items. Purchasable
Dragons
goods.
and villains, dragons.
I don't know. We'll think of something good. But in the meantime, we're gonna
I
sit
don't know
around.
where you are.
Where are you?
I'm not where
You're
you are.
off
I'm
of
not
Ashley's rails.
there. I
Yeah,
don't
Ashley
understand
is
what's
like, I
happening.
can't handle this. Can you please get back on the rails and tell me a story?
Clearly don't know something.
Shan.
Caught her off guard. That's what tonight's all about, is catching people off guard. Jared caught me off guard by misspelling his own name earlier.
Technically, I misspelled your name.
That's true, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Why am I so off the rails? Because that's what this show's all about. We're here for Dragons and Things, episode 3 of our second season. Very excited about that. We, of course, are here to play Pathfinder for you guys. We're excited to be here once again. It is actually quite nice. It's like it was raining all week. It was cold and nasty, and then Dat Day comes around. It's like, oh, there's the sun. The sun shines down.
People in most of the country would say, "Oh, rain? We would love some rain."
No, they
There
wouldn't.
is snow right now.
Yeah, I know that there are areas of the country where it's super cold. That wasn't really what I was getting. I was just trying to be like, hey, it was cool that the sun came out for that day, but thanks for taking the wind out of my sails, Quigley. I'm going to pack up my stuff and go home. I'm done. I quit.
Again, don't know where you are.
Yeah, I don't know either. Where are you, Ashley? Where do you want me to be? You run the show.
No, I don't want to do that. That would not be good.
I am going to recap what happened last week. I am going to intro a little bit about what the situation that we find ourselves in before we jump into the Pathfinder game. But there are a couple things that I want to talk about before I do. One of them is prizes. We have them this week. We're going to tell you exactly what they are later in the episode. But just know that if you are sharing this episode on Twitter using the share button that we provide to you with the hashtag that's already there that we can track, you're entered to win the prizes. And wouldn't you rather just automatically be entered than wait to see later on if it just happens to be a prize that's amazing? Because it is. Other thing that I want to talk about is that pretty soon here, in the month of February, we are going to be joining a new family. We are going to be a part of the Winter is Coming site. It's going to be our destination for everything, basically. It's part of the fan-sided network of websites. We specifically are going to be part of Winter is Coming. It is a huge... Currently, they're talking all about Game of Thrones and the upcoming season of Game of Thrones. If you watch Game of Thrones, and you probably do because you like sitting around watching people play Pathfinder, can't see why Game of Thrones wouldn't also be something you're interested in. You might want to go ahead and join their forum. Go over to winteriscoming.net. .net, yes, winteriscoming.net. Sign up for their forums. We're going to be on their site, so you can start chatting with some of the people who are already there. Tell them how excited you are that Dragons and Things is going to be coming to the site. And that's basically going to be our web destination after February. So it's like a whole new community of people that we can bring on board and get involved in Dat family. We're super excited about it. Again, that is winteriscoming.net. We also have some other news. So I am supposed to tell you there is news, but I can't tell you what the news is. You just have to know that there is news. It's very important that you know that there will be news that you will know way more about if you watch Paizo's stream next Friday. Because they do a stream. Yeah, they have their own Twitch channel.
You're sending
Official
people to
Paizo.
another stream, Jim.
That's
You told me to do it. Shut up, Marcus. You're not on this show.
You're supposed to play along.
You're not on this show. You're not on this show.
I thought when you said we were joining another family, you were going to say like Dungeons and Dragons or something. I was like,
that's us. No.
I know who they are.
But if you want to know more about what we're going to be doing, you're going to have to wait until next Friday, check the official Paizo stream. They go live at 4 p.m. and they will be giving some very exciting announcements about
Things.
Objects. About things.
Objects.
And I can't tell you any more about it.
Oh, I want to know.
With all of that, good. Which one is that? One of your Scandinavian swimmers? Scandinavian?
We'll get there. Norwegian.
With all of that said, I am ready to recap a little bit of what happened last week, intro to tonight's adventure, and get back on the rails so that Ashley knows where I am. I don't know where she is right now because she's having a little
I'm having a
opera
really good
over
time
there.
with Sirenscape.
You guys,
We should let Ashley run Sirenscape one day.
It'll be the
So
dad.
all like glitter music.
It'll be the
Yeah.
dad.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
The
It'd be
dad
Pirates of the
love
Caribbean.
mood the entire time.
No, it'd be
So
Alright,
you said you said there's a recap.
sorry.
there's a
Alright,
recap. Yeah,
alright,
we're gonna
there's-
do this now.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
When last we met, the heroes were navigating troubled waters in the provincial town of Breem. Recent attacks by werewolves had everyone on edge, and panic was bringing people to the brink of crisis across the town. Still torn about the decision of whether or not to help Geralt in exchange for information about how to locate the werewolves, the heroes tried to come up with another plan. Unfortunately, clues were scarce, and no one in town seemed to know much about their foe. Judgments became clouded as fear settled in amongst the townsfolk. Fights broke out, tensions mounted, and people began to turn to superstition and falsehoods for answers. The Krag Krew decided at the very least to go and retrieve Geralt's things in case they could find a way to use them as leverage. Following Geralt's directions, they came upon a clearing where the ruins of an old mill stood. In the clearing, they found a small group of magnificent creatures, all similar to large deer, but somehow more intelligent and possessed of magical powers. Rather than flee the approaching group, the deer creatures became defensive and territorial. Alex feared that there was no path to a peaceful resolution to the encounter, and fired the first shot. Her bolt caught a great golden pelted deer flat-footed, but it was the last time this creature would feel the sting of a weapon. It moved with such unearthly speed that no one else could land a blow as its companion creatures charged to deal with the threat of the Krag Krew. The other creatures fought viciously, with antlers, hooves, and teeth, and their horrifying bite could turn flesh to obsidian, as Lyra quickly learned.
Yeah.
The fight lasted but a few moments, and in the end the onyx deer lay dead, and the golden one fled into the forest with supernatural haste. Though victorious, some in the Krag Krew couldn't shake the feeling that they had violated something sacred in these woods. Still, they had a mission to complete. They retrieved a trunk of goods from the old foundations of the mill, and while doing so unleashed a cloud of toxic yellow spores that nearly took Lyra's life.
Again.
The Krag Krew rushed back to Breem with Lyra on the brink of death. There they took time to tend to her wounds and investigate further. Outside the inn, they saw a crowd of people gathered around the gallows, a man in robes spouting doom to a crowd of onlookers. Sir Quigley tried to intervene, but the Doomsayer's words seemed to hold such a dangerous sway over them all. Kimbleton took the opportunity to use his heightened senses to sniff out a potential danger amongst the townfolk, and that is where we join you now. Kimbleton, you have spotted someone in the crowd that you are certain by scent is a lycanthrope in human form. You are invisible, and currently no one else knows what you have seen. The rest of you are standing amongst this crowd of scared townsfolk, listening to a man deliver a doomsday sermon and demanding the blood of sinners as penance. What do you do?
Comments.
We
You're
do
not there.
comments.
You're
We do
inside the
comments.
lady. Darn it.
We don't read them, we do them.
We do the comments.
Doing it.
So President Boss says, well, he says a naughty word.
I'll say it for you.
He says
Alright,
a
good
naughty
for it.
word.
Is this a motherfucking early stream?
Did she just get really gangster?
My prayers are answered. I mean, it's just the beginning soon screen, but still.
He's excited.
I know. I was trying to.
You
do
did
my
that
inner
well.
Samuel
I'm
Jackson.
impressed.
Morton Hjort says, first time watching by myself since they moved from Facebook to
What?
Twitch.
Oh, hey.
Normally I watch it with my roomie, Eva.
Welcome.
And Snake Eyes 0820 says, hello, fellow dat friends.
Hello.
Snake Eyes. Crossbear18 says, and I got my new dice from Ben this last weekend, despite his attempts to keep them from me.
Did you give him a
Oh,
different pair?
it was real funny. We were in church and he got the 3 prizes, the Sirenscape and I handed him the Sirenscape and the Brick Warriors pack, and then I just waited there at church with it, and he was like,
my gosh.
he was like, where are they? And he was freaking out about it. And
That's awesome.
and then I handed it to him.
Got him.
He's so easy to troll
Got
for
him.
being a troll himself.
President Boss says, I think the not really importance is a good group name.
Oh, yes. Very good.
I mean, for life, New Year means the cost to free social has gone up.
Wow.
To infinity dollars.
Every year goes up.
Yep.
Sarah BC1. God, I love WIC. What's that stand for again? What's that?
Women
in
in
co-
church.
Women in church. I love women in church. That's right.
Wait a second. Sorry,
Crichton32
government's
says,
closed.
hey all, happy Dat Day. I know it sounds corny, but I really do look forward to this show and talking to y'all all week.
It's
I
not
look forward to
corny.
doing it
We
all
love
week.
talking
That's not
to
good,
you
right?
guys.
I agree. We
It's the
love
best
it
day of the
so
week, Crichton.
I look forward to it every week.
And Stephen Iman for life says, I don't think Adam Conn has ever had short hair.
You don't have short
He
hair.
had blonde
Really?
hair with blue tips.
I
Stop
did.
it.
Yeah,
Is
back,
it?
back in high school, I
Stop
bleached my hair and then I frosted it royal blue tips.
We need those
like
pictures.
trying to be
Your-
in sync.
you had short hair.
Jamie's face.
Shortish,
Jamie's
yeah.
face.
Shorter.
Shorter
How
hair
long?
than I
You need to take a
have
picture,
now.
like a selfie
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah, can you show
At
us a
whatchamacallit,
picture?
right?
My-
At,
Swordplay.
when
The
you
playing
started.
swords when I first started.
Oh,
When I
really?
first met
Short.
Adam Conn, I thought he looked like Leonardo DiCaprio. Only
I like
better
all of
looking.
Look at it.
Only better.
Yeah.
I see it.
So Krag is never one to not have a point of view on something. He's always got one.
He lets you know where you stand with him.
Exactly. He likes me. Brian Summers says, ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm when you hear this news. I am not in the cave tonight. And that just means the show will
Wait.
run smoothly. And it's one less microphone for Jared to deal with. Here we go.
Here we go.
Aw. It was
We
fun
miss you,
having
Brian.
you.
Yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
very fun.
Come back again.
What is DBD?
Dead by Dia 2018.
Oh, right. Okay,
That's
Scott
my
said
dear.
it though. You just said it, so it's fine. Brian Summer also says, oh my, clean-shaven Krag, the world makes no sense now.
Can't handle it.
I know, it's different.
It was quite striking when I first saw you today. I was like, oh,
I was like, wait.
Really?
look at that.
This
I
is
saw
regular.
this
This
baby
is
boy
regular
Krag.
Krag, though. This is.
It's not regular Krag
I
anymore.
saw it,
Regular Krag now has
and then I
been.
No, I have had nods
Later.
from over here.
I
that
noticed
is-
it when he came in today.
Yeah, I didn't
Eric
know
has
until
a
we
beard.
first
Team
saw it.
Knowledge Arcana agrees it's
And Ratem Mad says, buzzing as this is my first live show I've caught in a month due to a festive period and living in Scotland.
Scotland!
Wonderful.
I love that place.
Scotland.
It's one of my favorite places.
Brian Summer says Game of Thrones. Oh, is that the Dragons and Things spin-off?
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, it's gonna be our spin-off.
inspired
not
by
naked,
dragons and things, of course.
I've never heard of Game of Thrones before. I don't know what that is.
I love Game of Thrones.
He's
Kevin
lying.
Alexander, hello, Dat team. Hi, Kevin.
Hi.
So it's Lucas Martinez who's thinking about the pie, so the mystery that we have, and he says, is this news the reason why Sir Krag is clean shaven?
I love that you added Sir Krag.
Maybe.
Sir.
Maybe.
Krag.
I don't know how I don't know what they would do that would cause Krag to become
I
clean-shaven.
can think of many things, Jim Jam.
Crossbear18 says, "Don't put Ben on camera for the love of all that is good." Oh, you did it.
Ah!
He also said, "Those poor new people."
Oh, poor new people.
Kevin Alexander says, enough of this show. When do we get to see the Diana Restrepo commercial?
God.
It'll be
That's
fine.
why we're all here.
Only reason.
There's like
Right.
a bajillion
Just
comments
played
today.
all day.
Oh gosh.
I'm in for life. News is news about news.
It's Lucas
They
Martinez.
figured it out.
It's Lucas Martinez says, feels like we can see more over evil Jim Jam's GM screen than normal. I can almost see his PC kill list.
You know, I can see you today. Usually I'm like this,
I can't see Jim at
trying
all.
to find you.
Yeah, the camera is situated
Crossbetter 18
precisely in
says,
front of your
that's
face.
not a troll, Ben, that's theft.
Wow.
Imp in my head says, "When gutlers are involved, you can't help but feel violated." It's true.
Gosh.
That might be the
Krag
worst
says,
thing we ever
good morning,
invented.
party people. Good evening, morning.
Oh yeah, no, it's good evening here.
Good day.
Hey, good day. Good night.
Tobias gives us all caps woohoo.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! 1 year of a family membership.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year.
And Morten Hort said, I would love to see the sun for once. It's so bad weather here in Denmark all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's beautiful and green there.
But
Here it
Denmark?
gets
Come
dead
on.
in the summer.
That sounds fantastic. I maybe want to.
It's the winter now.
I'm in for life
Not
says
up.
hashtag Team Knowledge Arcana.
Yes, I'm in for life is also the Bitbox Battle Boss, and
Oh!
it's a reroll to Alex.
Oh!
Sarah BC1
Thank
donated $25, gave a plus
Thank
one
you.
to all of us, Jim.
Oh!
Thank you.
All of us on the couch. We got a host from Official Paizo.
Yeah.
Cheers from Mama Jim Jam.
Thank you,
I'm in for
Sarah.
life. Duchess of Dinos and subs. Brian Newman resub. The Wild Ferret resub. And Farash resub. Yeah!
And we're ready,
Great.
Jim Jam.
How are you?
Well,
Our comment
Ready.
section's cleared up.
I've had some good feelings about today. We're gonna crack this case wide open.
I just
Wide
don't want
open.
to die again. And
You're
I'm
not dying.
concerned.
I stabilized you. You're crying.
You were dead for one show.
Craig,
You died
throw your
one
shoes?
time. Who
You died
cares?
will
I
you
was
throw your
scary.
shoes so chat will stop
Oh,
telling me to
man.
tell you to throw your shoes?
I totally
Yeah, you
forgot to throw my
can't.
shoes.
You have to understand.
You should buy her some flowers.
They're soft.
They're soft.
Did that
They're
happen?
soft.
No, don't worry. They're soft.
James.
She took 1d3 bludgeoning damage for that.
Easily, not lethal
Don't you
though,
do
because
it.
they're soft.
Don't you do it.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Okay, stop it,
Girls,
boys.
we are
Stop.
not
What
playing
if
this
instead?
game.
Don't make
what if
me.
instead
There's
of throwing
thousands
the shoe,
of dollars worth of equipment between the two of you.
Not cool.
And me.
There's a whole bunch of Legos over here.
So
throw
so
it.
right
Stop
now,
it, I
Why
will.
is
shoes
my
in your
shoe-
hands, and you can end the whole thing.
I'm like blocking. Like,
So
I'm gonna
remember
help.
that good feeling that I had about
It's all
tonight?
gone.
It's gone
Windshield
now.
wiper
The
mode.
good feelings are gone.
Question.
What?
Am I there? I
So-
forget.
Nope.
We're all there.
Or am I
Yeah,
still
you're
back?
fine.
We're all
Yeah,
there.
you're fine again. Because the
I mean,
next
you
morning
healed yourself.
you,
Remember
you
you
got
all-
the treatment,
you all
and then you
sassy?
used your lesser
Remember you-
restorations. You're doing much better now.
Okay.
You're feeling a lot better.
Whew. Okay. Hi guys.
Me, however.
What? I
You're
thought
very
you-
exhausted. You're exhausted.
Oh,
Rules.
Oh, crap.
So you're all
Now I
standing
remember.
amongst the crowd of scared
It's your
onlookers,
choice.
arguing with a man who has claimed the religious moral high ground. Kimbleton, you're invisible, and then you are looking at this woman, and suddenly she puts her hands to her mouth and she starts shouting. And she says, "Start with the criminal! His evil has festered here too long!" And you hear this like murmur go through the crowd, and people are starting to nod and chanting. And as the chanting becomes more louder and more clear, you start hearing, "Hang the halfling!" This quickly spreads through the crowd, and Geralt, who has to this point been watching the whole proceedings with sort of standoffish amusement, is standing up in his cage now with his eyes wide. What do you do? The whole crowd is starting to like pulse with this chant, and they're starting to crowd now closer around the gibbet where Geralt is still in his cage.
I'm gonna run towards the cage and stand in front of it and cross my arms and be like, "This is not the way. You don't have pure
Okay,
evidence for this."
Make a CMB check to push your way through the crowd. Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
Are we all gonna get up there?
Oh, you guys are all gonna push
We
your
gonna
way
get
up
up
there?
there?
Yes,
I want to do
Okay.
this.
I would like to get up with the
Oh dear.
was he a priest that was up there?
Yeah,
Top?
he's standing up on the stage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get up there, but it's gonna take me a while to get there. So
It's gonna.
Well, wouldn't you
Just
clear a
step by
path? Wouldn't
step.
the green smoke coming out of your...
Oh,
Wouldn't everyone just...
nasty.
The
us
sea
the
would
way
part?
they're like, oh.
I imagine you just get up to the stage
I
and
would
you
like to use my
flop
scent
on it,
to disperse
and then
the crowd.
roll
Yeah.
up onto this thing.
What's my area of effect for my scent?
For
I could
the
just send
stinking
it out.
cloud?
Do you think
11.
he
Do I
really
push out?
smells?
No.
I didn't
Does
think.
he really smell worse than the world?
I mean,
I'm-
let's be real. Everything stinks.
I think-
in
I mean, when was
fantasy.
the
World
last time
smells.
that Sir Crag took a bath?
Oh,
Never.
But he's always
All of
bulls
us.
out.
When did you guys go fight Drift? I don't know. Like that was a long time ago.
That took a time. Yeah, I'll push through. I want to push through
All
as
right,
well.
so
to
you
the-
are having trouble. You can't
I
get your way
am
through.
trying and not
What do I
having
add?
any
I forgot.
success.
CMB. It should be on your.
CMB?
Yeah, that's how it's
I
listed
have
on
two
your.
numbers though. Quigley, can you help?
At the
us?
first
Yeah,
one,
it's
right?
the first one.
So I have an 18.
18. Okay, so you do a little bit better. You
Can I try
manage to
again?
push your way through the crowd.
Dirty.
No,
20.
You're not getting
20
there.
dirty.
20 dirty. So Krag and Alex are able to, like, you just basically like shoving your way. Krag's just like barreling through people. You're a little like slipping
I'm
through
trying.
the slipping
I'm
through.
trying.
Kimbleton, are you doing anything?
I'm trying to see you guys.
Yeah, I'm
Guys!
actually going to.
Guys, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the middle.
I can't hear
Everybody.
you. I actually want to try to sneak around to the woman that I sensed.
Okay. So, you know, she's sort of in the middle, like she's part of this crowd, so they're all like kind of like, she's not by herself, but you can try to get closer to her.
I want to try to get
you wouldn't
closer
really
to
be able
her.
to get much closer to her without pushing through some people. You're invisible, but it would be like a weird thing. People are just like getting shoved out of the way by, they can't see anything. But they might just attribute it to like getting shoved by the crowd. So why don't you go ahead and roll a CMB check to see how well you do.
27.
Oh yeah. So you basically are just able to barrel your way through people. I mean, that's, you just basically put your head down and start ramming through until you are a little bit closer to this woman that you targeted. You get up onto the stage. You guys push your way to the front of the crowd. People are starting to like grab the cage and like shake it. What do you do?
I want to push him off. Sorry, go ahead.
Imp in my head says, drag the execution out. Say he should have his last breakfast, then his second breakfast, then his elevensies, then his luncheon, then his afternoon tea, then his dinner, then his supper.
Then
If
his
they
last
still remember
birthday
that they want to kill him, the
in 6
halfling at
months.
that point, oh well, at least there was good food.
Hey, he's got a point. That's all I got.
That is a very interesting legal system.
So, what are you doing to disperse this?
Do I have a fart bomb?
I don't know. If you do, though, it might work. Krag, are you doing anything specific while you're up there? You basically shouldered your way to the... Like, people are starting trying to grab this cage. Like, everybody's kind of packed in, but you're up at the front of all of it, at least.
I'm at the front,
Yeah.
and there's people.
Oh, yeah, there's people... I mean, like, you're, like, in a crowd of people. That is being at a
I
concert
want
with
to be
people... are, like,
shoving. I want to be shoving people.
so, okay, you're just going to start
We could
pushing
just-
people?
just
Go ahead, yeah.
pushing people
Make
back.
another CMB check to see if you
I'll
can...
do the same thing.
Okay.
Can I make one? Can I try
You're
to get
in
through?
the back of the crowd.
Oh.
What are you
And I'm
doing?
yelling, this isn't happening right now.
Guys, I'm sorry. I tried.
No, I got 11, so I'm kind of getting.
Yeah, you're... like, there's just too many people.
28.
28. Krag is basically
You're my hero.
picking people up and chucking them back.
And I'm just counting. I'm just like logging.
Put me on your
One,
shoulders and I'll push
two.
him away.
You wanted to get up on the stage, so you haul yourself up onto the stage. Drag yourself to your feet.
Everyone, please just stop for one moment. Wouldn't you like to know at first, at least, if this little halfling is evil in any sort of way?
Put your hand down. It smells.
Make a diplomacy check. See if you can grab the crowd's attention.
Yep, I'm gonna get them. That's a 16 on the die, and I've got pretty good. That's a 26.
26. Okay, so everybody's sort of like with Krag basically just like muscling people back, and then a lot of them suddenly find something else to draw their attention when you start speaking. So things kind of calm down for just a second, and people are looking at you, and the man in robes who was standing next to you sees that you've sort of like stepped up next to him and almost sees that it's almost like a little challenge. So he's like, "Oh, my brothers and sisters, we know for a fact that this man is evil. Think of the crimes he has committed, not just in his life of banditry, but before that, when he fought for the crown. Yes, we know for a fact that this man was a kneeler, that he was a man who fought against the revolution, trying to keep us in chains under the boot of our former king."
Oh, yes, absolutely. There are things that are evil in this world. And if you would like, I could detect evil on this human being. Or this halfling. Oh, and then what we'll do is we'll form a line. And then I'll detect evil on every single person here, including yourself. And then we will see who is truly evil or not. Does that sound like something you would like to do?
And I yell, I like it.
As he throws another person.
Great idea.
Who is this man, an outsider, to come before us and talk of passing judgment when we ourselves are quite capable of fending for ourselves?
Oh, can you detect evil as well?
I detect evil right there.
I would like to detect evil on.
Okay.
Do I detect evil on the halfling?
No, you don't detect any evil.
That halfling's not evil per se. I would also like to detect evil on you.
I am standing within a 60-foot cone of you, sir. I do not detect any
Yes,
evil.
I would like.
Yeah.
So
No, you does not read as evil.
all right. So perfect. Let's line everybody up, and we'll find out who actually is
Oh,
evil.
I love this game. Everyone line up. Everyone line up.
You are noticing
You and
that
I can work together to figure this out. Because if you can detect evil, obviously we can come to some sort of arrangement where we can find the true nature of the evil in this
make
town.
another diplomacy check.
I meant for life says Evil Jim Jam shouts praise.
That would be another.
Lateral! He
That
stands
would-
before us.
That would be another 26.
Another 26.
Yeah.
At first, you can see that like he means to like argue with you further, but looking out over the crowd, you can see a lot of people are just like, well, wait, if you can hear like if he can detect evil, like this could be how we find like yeah. And they're starting to agree more with you, so he doesn't feel like he has command of the crowd really to oppose that idea. So he's like, well then, if indeed we can be blessed with the ability to find the treacherous among us, we should, in fact, turn to these holy powers.
Great! So everybody, single file line, one by one. I'd like you to get your name, and then I'm just gonna do a little spell and detect if you're evil.
I absolutely
You heard
refuse to
him.
stand here reciting names for the next 20 minutes, Ben
I'm
Bush.
writing it down. Writing it down.
But if we can start to line them up single file, I'm gonna go down one by one until I find that werewolf.
Imp in my head
I'm gonna
says,
find it.
yeah, rule I found in RPGs. You don't have to be evil to be a dick.
Nick and Joy's Games has followed us. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
thanks for
Nick.
sticking with
Thank
us.
you.
Choice games.
Okay, so, well, you know that basically Detect Evil works in a 60-foot cone. You don't actually have to have people in a, like, in fact, a crowd of people in front
I
of you
actually
would
do
be
think that it
sufficient.
does work
Detect
in a cone.
evil.
I think I have to
Unless-
see.
I
Is
love
it
it.
specifically
I do
different for
specific.
And they
paladins?
fall
Yes.
down if they're.
Let me
Are you
double
gonna
check.
touch
but
everyone
if
in the
that's
forehead?
true,
I'm literally gonna go through everyone until I find this
no, I
lycanthrope.
understand. I understand your current. I understand what we've gotten into now.
And I'm watching very clearly to see who starts to wander away.
Okay.
He's watching everyone at the same time.
Everyone at the same time.
All of them.
He sees
All of
everything,
Hey, Jim.
knows everything.
My
You have to
perception's
try
at
to
a 1.
concentrate on a single item or individual within 60 feet to determine if it is evil, learning the strength of its aura. Yes, as if having.
So
yes.
single file line it is. Here we are.
And if anyone has any problems with that, we're going to catch them.
We should all
Um,
surround the line. Make sure that they stay in line.
You actually notice at this point that all of the commotion has attracted the attention of the constabulary, as it were, and once again, Moira is sort of like marching up to this crowd of people.
Hi, Moira.
What is going on here?
Don't worry,
and
we're
why
just-
are you all once again at the center of it?
We've come to a conclusion. We're going to find the lycanthropes. What we're going to do is take the whole town, one by one, detect evil, and we're going to find them.
At this point, you notice that there's this. The crowd seems to be sort of split almost 50-50 at this point. There are a lot of people who are like, we're gonna find the evil. But then you start hearing other whispers, and it's starting to be like, this is exactly the kind of thing that we revolted against. We can't let these outsiders come in and start using magic to invade our privacy, casting spells on us
Big
without
brother.
our
And
consent.
that's the first person that I detect evil
But
on.
and so like you catch the first couple you catch, but you notice that it's a pretty common sentiment. Like there's again like 50% of the crowd is sort of going down, and Moira too is sort of looking at this. Like she actually steps up onto the stage and gets closer to you, and she's like,
As close as you can get.
"We can't subject these people to a forced divinations. Like I can't force people to subject themselves to that. It would be against the law.
I understand.
If people volunteer for it, then
It's a
you
good
may.
idea.
If people
It's
allow
it's
it,
a
you're
good
allowed.
idea. However,
Yes.
this person over here was just about to just light the whole town on fire, burn down every evil person. I'm just trying to calm the situation, as it were.
Well, it looks like you've done a relatively good job of it. And
Well, it wouldn't be nothing without Sir Krag and Lady Alex over there fending off everyone jumping in front of
I tried.
in front of your poor little halfling prisoner. Perhaps you should move him to a different location.
It may be wiser to put him somewhere more secure in light of what you're telling me.
Or perhaps we could watch him. Perhaps we could take control of him, and we could be his guards.
You don't have the legal... I can't. You don't have the legal authority here in Soaring to... I can't. I'm sorry. I can't just release him into your care. I understand that you're trying to help, but if I were to know about that, it would put you in great legal jeopardy because you would essentially be breaking a prisoner out of confinement.
I understand.
I simply can't be a part of that.
I understand. You could perhaps get deputized us. We've also been followed by Matro 63, who says deputize us. I don't actually know if Matro 63 has said that.
He says, "Hi, coach."
Oh, there you go.
Do you have knowledge and ability
Yeah,
trained?
you bet your...
I automatically would since I'm
You're a
You
prince.
do? Make a check.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You do?
Wait a second.
How do you have it?
I have knowledge nobility because I served under Sire de Fount.
And it says so on the sheet.
Way to ruin the story. You know,
We're role playing, Marcus.
that's a 12, and it's all because of your negative energy over there.
He was being
Is
funny.
it that
He
it's
wasn't-
total of a 12 or is it just a 12 on the
It's a
die?
total of 12.
Total of 12, okay. She looks sort of uncertain about this, and you can't think of any kind of legal precedent that would really work in your favor to get her to give people who are virtually unknown in the town any sort of legal or political authority.
Moira.
But she seems really torn about this because she wants your help. She just isn't sure how to get you the resources you need while keeping up with her duty. It's almost like the same issue you guys are having where you see a solution, but how do you get there without stepping over those boundaries?
We don't want to step on toes by any means. We don't want to get in the way of their traditions, but we also have solutions that they would find unacceptable. We're at an impasse, it seems. But I find the lycanthrope.
But the important thing is, have I focused on each and every person yet? Actually, let's deal with Kimbleton because he may just have found. So the crowd is sort of like, now that they're not like pushing to rip the cage down and tear this halfling apart, things will sort of spread out a little bit. And now the town guard is coming. They're actually sort of very slowly and subtly like dispersing the crowd a little bit. Now that all of the excitement seems to be over, people are starting to wander away. What do you do?
Wait, where's this woman at?
I mean, you are following her, so she looks like she's about to leave. She actually looks really frustrated right now, and like she's about to just take off.
Is she talking to anyone? She kind of by herself at all?
No, she's not talking to anybody.
I want to, as an action, do aspect of the wolf on her. I already have it on me. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to transfer it to her, and I'm going to be watching her and everyone else that is directly around her.
Okay.
Now, does that break the invisibility?
Not by any definition.
It's
I
gonna
can
make
think
a werewolf
of.
look like a wolf!
Yeah, this is a very interesting use of that power.
I
don't
like
think
it.
anybody thought of this when they wrote it. Yeah.
Marcus approves.
So, you transfer a little bit of your power to this woman.
I want to see her reaction, what she does.
And, she actually doesn't really react to it. I don't think that she would necessarily know because let me put it this way. The sudden ability to scent other living creatures around her doesn't seem to faze her, almost as if perhaps that's something that she's been doing already. And I don't know that the changes are really enough that she immediately like even notices it, but you see other people around her are losing their minds,
And I end it.
and they're screaming.
Do we all see it?
Make perception checks.
Oh, great! Thanks, Jim Jam. Make a perception check.
Oh, good. I finally rolled a little better.
I rolled a 10 on the die.
Okay.
So 11.
When
27.
when some people start
Ah! I see it! I see it!
when people really start noticing, I end it.
28.
Okay. 28. Okay, so you guys see this. You're a little involved in your conversation with.
See it?
Yeah,
We
so
see
you
it,
guys
we
see
know this,
exactly
we
what
know
happened.
this.
People are freaking out.
Wolf!
People are pointing.
We
You see
found
exactly
it.
who they're
Wolf
talking
or
about.
werewolf?
What did you
At
get?
22.
So you also, yeah, you guys, all three of you saw exactly what happened.
Jim, I'm going for a tackle and shackle.
You're
maneuver.
going for a tackle and shackle.
Going for a tackle and
Okay.
shackle maneuver.
So, when people start freaking out, there's this screaming going on. People are starting to shove, trying to get both mostly
Dark
away
is-
now from this woman. The effect ends, and she looks absolutely stunned for a moment, and then like she's about to bolt. So let's roll initiative and see where this goes.
I'm gonna catch her with my speed of 10.
Gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh.
Natural 20 on the die. 24.
Yeah, I got a natural
24.
1 on the die.
It's
4.
20,
So
dirty.
Molten Holt has subbed a new sub. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I also
From
says,
Denmark.
what is evil? Is it not just another version of being good? I think that's you've got something twisted around right there.
No.
That sounds like something that an evil person would say to try to get out of whatever they just got caught doing.
We didn't have to do Brian Summers' DUI checkpoint scheme. He said, so what you're doing is a DUI checkpoint, but substitute intoxicated with unusually hairy.
And
We
if
skipped
Lucas
it.
Martinez says Quigley does have a writ from Governor Chantwell making him a deputized agent of the law. I have it.
In Trapsboro, which is
It does
another
say
place.
in Strasbourg, but I am. I am.
But you could come in like Wyatt
I
Earp,
got a dirty
from a
20.
different town. Like,
A dirty
look, I'm already a deputy. Why don't you
Less
deputize me here?
More Barney Fife.
Yeah, and we learned that Elvis Presley was an officer of the law in
I rolled a
Colorado for
3.
some
So is
reason.
Shaq.
That's me.
Yeah, so is Steven Seagal.
That's it. I'm here.
Chuck
now.
Norris?
Hey Quigley, what
I'm
is your
lost.
initiative?
I haven't rolled it yet.
I mean, he is Walker,
10.
Texas.
Is it a dex-based thing?
It is.
He's whatever he
No.
wants.
Oh gosh,
7.
oh gosh, oh gosh.
7.
Wait, do we have our... Wait, no, that's something different.
4. Did you get my 4?
Yeah, don't worry,
No,
you're at the end,
no, it's
Krag.
not. Do we have our silver?
But this is good because I get
I
to
have a silver
see
dagger.
everything that
Okay.
happens.
Yeah.
You're going for it.
Kimbleton, you are first reacting.
Oh, wait, I
you're
have
closer
mine too.
to this, so like
Choice
you're
here.
like you see like she's about to just turn and run. She doesn't know what's happening, but people are screaming and pointing like directly at her, and she's like, "I've had enough of this." What do you do?
Silver, silver,
Get
silver.
her!
No, I don't have the silver thing. I
Get
was
away,
going. I was
get
going to
away.
run up and tackle her.
Run and tackle. All right, make a CMB
At the
check.
knees.
More the thighs.
Is he still
That he's
invisible?
strong.
He won't be when he tackles.
Well,
That is a 26.
26, that's gonna do it. You rush up and just, you've got her held. You become visible. She doesn't get that attack of opportunity because she's not armed, and you were invisible.
And when
so,
he becomes
boom, you're right
visible-
there. Becomes visible. Now people are just losing it even more because, like, now there's a dwarf just, like,
little
hugging
man.
this werewolf. What's happening?
does he look like a wolf?
No, he said
No,
he took
I-
it
He,
away.
he said he ended the
Oh,
effect.
okay,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good,
Oh,
good, good, good,
gosh.
good.
Otherwise, the
I was
werewolves are tackling each
very
other.
worried.
Jobu
What
needs
is
refills
happening?
here. Okay, just got here. What'd I miss? Everything.
We've done many things.
Everything.
We've stalled a uprising. We've
What
Save
initiative?
the
Be quiet. Let's do
halfling!
it.
Save the halfling!
When you grab her, it looks like she was about to just bolt.
Oh no.
And you actually look like she like stops for a moment. She looks down, you total shock, and you see this like twitching that it starts to like in her face and in her skin, and it looks like every muscle in her body is starting to crawl underneath her skin.
Killer.
Big, huge black hairs are sprouting from
Ew.
every pore.
Quick, put the tracking device on her and
Gross.
run!
Her snout elongates into this tooth-filled maw. She is like mid-transformation. Lyra, what do you do?
Where are we? No, I mean, like, where is everybody?
It's Friday night.
I know
We're in the
that.
Krag Cave.
No, I mean, like, where is everybody? I know where
So
she
you're
is.
sort of because you hadn't managed to get through the crowd, so you were
No,
sort of
I
on the
was-
edge of everything.
I'm like trying to get through things.
Crag and Alex are both up by the cage. Quigley's up on a stage. Kimbleton is probably relatively close to you, but even still, like they're like on the other side of this town square.
Fine. I grow my wings and I fly up.
Oh, this is real.
Everybody's just
Great.
out of their minds. There's just pandemonium. People are screaming
Like the
and
best
fleeing.
concert in the world.
You can hear like the man up on the stage. It's the judgment of the Yamago. He like gets down and no, we have failed.
I didn't think about
We
that.
will all burn for our sins. Oh no. You just complete pandemonium. Alex, what do you do?
I take out one of my sleep potions. I have 2 blue vials. I took one, dipped the blow dart, the dart in it, and
Yeah.
then I want to try and aim it to put her to sleep.
Okay.
This is great.
Yeah. You can do all that.
On
You
my
have to
next
understand
turn.
there's a lot of people running around.
So let me run closer.
Okay.
As I'm running, I'm dipping.
Okay, so then that'll put you up.
She's
kinda
running
where
and
they are.
dipping and running and dipping and running and dipping.
dipping and running and dipping. Good old Quiggles.
It's my turn.
I'm gonna try.
You get one of those, surprisingly
I
enough.
proceed 20 feet.
20 whole feet. You
Jump
basically
off
just
the
like
stage.
fall off the stage,
I could roll an
drag
acrobatics
yourself,
check.
drag yourself forward 20 feet, trying to shove through this like huge. Like people are just every which way right now. The town guard seems to like they're all like mid-drawing weapons, trying to figure out what it is
And
they're gonna do.
I'm pulling out my axe. My
Okay.
silver
axe crag.
Can I fly up over everyone and fly in and tackle and shackle?
The couple can fly.
You want to
I'm
do
jealous.
a ballistic arc over the
Ballistic
crowd?
arc and shoot down in there. And
You
get
know
it.
what? Roll a fly check.
And I'm like, I'm just
Fly
cheering this
This
check.
can fly too.
on. Cheering this on.
He cragged. So you fly up and you're like, I'm gonna get down there and tackle and shackle, and you basically just almost like your arc is very bad, and you are like squishing in the mud. You go like sailing through the mud. You get like 3 people get knocked over by your slide and are like laying on top of you. It's actually a pretty familiar position. You guys remember the jump slide fiasco and
Oh, okay,
how
that
you were
one.
basically just under a pile of human
Jim,
bodies.
it's not
That's
my
where you
birthday
are
today,
now.
so I can't roll well, I guess.
It's that part's over for you,
Tobias
Crag.
Where's
sent you
Tobias? He needs to get
20
I know.
for a D20.
I know.
Or
Every
whatever,
2
10.
goes in the toilet.
Mr. Kimbleton, you are looking around real quick, and you're like, surely my friends will come and help me. And you see, maybe not.
I tried.
But you have,
I'm working on it. Okay.
you have this wolf woman, and you realize that maybe holding on to her wasn't your best idea that you've ever had. But you're doing it.
It's a good
Well,
idea.
Brian Summers says a dwarf hugging a werewolf was the basic premise of a movie I accidentally rented in a hotel 6 times. All right. Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to let go
Okay.
of her and
Yeah.
cast aspect of the snake on myself.
What's that?
And that's just a swift action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't provoke an
Um,
attack opportunity?
Yep, and I want to just pull out one axe, and I want to try to just like cut her like on the thigh.
You just want to try to cut her
I
on
want to cut her on the thigh and then move away.
Okay.
Make sure she bleeds.
Well,
we
if
can
it's
pop
a-
my
it-
trigger.
Draw.
You have quick draw? That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So yeah, you can make an attack.
26.
26 hits.
But this is a great idea, Sir Kimbleton,
Uh,
and I will get there in 4 rounds.
That is 7.
7
Keep
points of
going.
damage.
And
Now
then-
this is
Hold on.
this is Frosty. Which
No,
action?
no, I have to force. I have to say the command.
Okay.
just
Well, I was
regular,
curious
but-
which axe it was because
Yeah,
it matters.
I know. Yeah, there's no magical.
Okay.
thing
All right.
that-
So
I
it's
goes
just a
cut
straight
out.
up axe. You just like cut, and then you said move away.
I'm gonna move.
Are you just gonna
I'm gonna
5 foot
I'm gonna back away 5 feet from
5 foot
5
step
foot
backwards. Okay, so you're just gonna take a 5 foot step backwards, which does not provoke, and you can see that the axe barely draws blood. I mean, she's just like, and her eyes are just so like red and pulsing with rage, and I mean, she steps forward and just comes at you with these huge jagged claws. I've got a 9 plus, which is a low total. I know that your AC is above that, so I'm not worried about the 9. What we do need to be worried about is this good old natural 20. That one is going to be of considerable note.
Good.
It's on a 6.
What are you talking about? Get out of here.
Before you roll that, Gil Heron says, "Go Team Jim Jam."
Hey,
So
go Team Jim
you're
Jam.
fulfilling that real well.
This second claw comes in and just almost like you can see it coming right for your throat, and you like flinch back
Saving
reflexively. Quigley's like,
He throws it like Captain America.
Yes, you can be Captain America.
oh man, but you managed to get way out of the
Yeah,
way.
good job.
I mean, it still hits you. I mean, like,
Ooh.
you realize that this could have been the end for Kimbleton, but it only deals 14 points of damage.
Only deals 14 points.
And then coming in with the bite,
Oh shoot.
Oh, please.
lunges for you.
This could be very bad.
Oh, it's all.
It's all very bad.
I cragged it. Cragged the bite. I do need you to make a fortitude save though.
Do a reroll? Do you want a reroll? Give it a reroll really fast!
You're gonna have aspect of the wolf for a while.
That's an 11.
An 11 total. Okay. Next up is Lyra.
Okay, so I see this happen.
We're gonna start calling this dragons and werewolves.
I'm gonna be cute and adorable.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'd like to try to command him to freeze.
Command who?
Not him.
I just want to be
The
clear.
werewolf!
Kimbleton could be an enemy now.
It's a lady.
It's a
werewolf.
lady.
First werewolf lady.
Okay,
Werewolf.
Isn't it an
go
animal
ahead.
now, though?
There's still a female quality about her.
She's
Command, huh?
Female, correct?
Please elaborate.
To freeze.
6 nipples. How can you tell?
I was just saying that animals have also a female.
Guys,
26 on the save. She does not stop. You notice that, because you're looking down and you try to issue this command, and you feel like almost, because, like, you sort of reach down into people's minds to sort of try to bend them, and there's almost like you hit this wall of just blinding rage, and you realize that it might be, if not impossible, and far more difficult to overcome that emotional gut instinct
darn it.
than it would be with a normal human person. You blow darted. You have a blow dart. You see Kimbleton. You get just up to where they are, and you
Yes.
see Kimbleton like reeling, like clutching at his throat, blood seeping. And then he looks at his hand. It looks like, at first glance, maybe he'll be okay.
I'm aiming for her though.
Okay. I mean, you could also aim for Kimbleton.
No,
put him
I'm not
down.
putting him to
Just
sleep.
put him down.
No!
It's over for Kimbleton. Just
Did you just hit?
Do I roll to hit her?
yeah, you definitely got to do that.
What do I add?
Your ranged attack modifier.
12. Let's see what that gets me in that reroll. Ranged
No, you gotta go to your attack page.
attack page.
There it is. So you're ranged 11. So 23?
23 hits.
Michael Jordan.
Yes. How
Michael
much
Jordan!
damage does the blow dart do?
I have no
You have no idea?
idea.
The
I'm
D4.
sorry.
It's a 1d2, I think.
1d2
D2
sounds
or a
right, yeah.
D3,
You notice that like the dart doesn't even penetrate the skin. Like I mean, just
Isn't that, what's that?
we made it very clear that these guys are like super tough against anything but silver.
Yeah, we got that. We
I
got that.
take
I have
my dagger out and I start running towards
Okay, cool.
it. No, because that's not going to work, I bet.
The sleep potion could.
It's not my
After
turn.
her, it is your turn, Quiggles.
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
How far away am I from this creature?
You're 40 feet away.
I double move to get 20 feet away.
Double move to get 20 feet. Double move to get 20 feet? Yeah, that's bad news. Krag, you are lying on the ground. People are trying to get up off of you. What do you do?
I have to get up.
You get up.
So I'm no longer flying.
No, the boots, like...
They're still activated?
In fact, you don't actually technically have to get up. You could just, like...
Float up.
Fly up, covered in mud. Yeah.
Just come up
I've
like...
got a question.
Yes?
If somebody were to donate a class bonus to me, perhaps could that get rid of my exhaustion? Or does that, I mean, just playing by the...
You're doing it
Maybe I
to
could get
yourself,
you.
man.
I know I did. I know I did.
You then get.
I
It's,
really wanna
it's
know.
Lucas Martinez says,
No.
not doing fan art of 6-nipple lady werewolf.
No, please don't. But yeah,
Oh, Sarah.
She still has clothes on!
well, does she?
Six-nipple.
I mean, they rip
Well-
out of their.
I want to get... So can I fly?
There.
Can I fly and attack?
From where you are, technically yes. So you'll need a fly check for sure, because
Okay.
you're all
So
starting at a
fly
really
check.
messed up, like, yeah. Give me a
Fly-
fly check.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's better than a crap.
10.
10. So I'll tell you what you managed to do with a 10 is get righted and you're up, but there's no like charging tackle and shackle. You're basically just sort of right yourself after the horrific wrongs of last time. Now I do want to remind you that you can walk places. Sometimes you choose to fly. You're not good at flying. You're very good at walking, and you choose to fly when there's no reason to a lot. I'm just letting you know that like it's an option for you, but you do you, Krag.
I
Help people out. Show us.
was in a crowd, and I wanted to fly
I got it.
over the crowd.
I got you.
I fucking land, Jim. Fuck you.
Whoa!
I hear
Got
your
him.
words. Sounds a little angry.
After Krag's turn, it is Kimbleton's turn.
Do I see that that dart at all that she shoots at the wolf?
Make a perception check.
By the way, Sarah BC1 has given us $10.
Woo
And
woo.
usually that means a +2 to AC for somebody for one round. This somebody?
Maybe Quigley?
It's you, Jim Jim.
Me?
No.
That's awesome.
I see up there.
See that?
I got to 29.
Oh.
29. You do see the dart.
Oh, sweet.
It's like lying at her feet. She barely even noticed it.
All right. Would that provoke an attack of opportunity if I banana?
Yeah, trying to retrieve that. Yeah.
Thank you,
But you
Snake
can do it.
Eyes. Snake Eyes became the bit box
Woo-hoo.
battle boss and gave me a reroll.
Excellent.
I need it.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach down, try to get it, and I want to try to jam it in.
Okay. It cannot do enough damage to deal damage to her, which means that it can't.
Oh.
The dart is incapable of overcoming her damage reduction. It's impossible.
What
for
about
it
in
to-
that small area where he cut her?
Say what its mouth.
If he were to aim for that portion that's already been
Jab,
bypassed.
stick
What
the
if you
dart
had
in
like
their
a
mouth.
silver weapon?
Jab it down their mouth.
Bad idea. He
Pierce
said,
her throat.
If you just want to try to stick it in her mouth, I'll allow it.
Stick it in their mouth!
Hey, everybody! Can I shut down?
Somebody clip that!
Lyra's gonna quit.
That is a clip.
Nobody clip that.
Clip.
Jared's already clipped
Nobody
it.
clip
He's
that.
clipping it for us.
That is clipped. Hey, Paizo, we've clipped this for you.
Don't clip that.
It's been clipped.
I made a
Jam it
mistake,
down.
everyone.
and you said that it blow dart's only a D2, right?
Yeah.
So
Blow
even if I
dart's
did that,
only
that
a
was
D2.
I have to blow my nose.
All right, I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back, draw
Okay.
the other axe, and I'm gonna do lead blades.
Lead blades. All
Make it
right.
bigger.
Okay. The axes
silver
feel much
lead
heavier in
blades?
your
Silver,
hand.
damn it!
Wow.
It's silver!
I'm the one doing things. You stay by your side.
silver blades!
I feel silver!
A swear jar is coming to this set.
Lyra, I'm the one who has a silver dagger in my hand right now.
I have a spear.
Great.
But it's
Jim's
turn.
Penguin Witch Doctor says, I guess this is PG-13 now.
When
It's been
you
that
step
way.
back, it looks like she's about to just lunge for you, but then she looks over and she sees you. And she sees you standing there with this silver dagger.
Really acrobatically.
Throw it up to me. Throw it up to me.
And she leaps on you.
Dodging.
Are you? You don't get to roll against my attacks. Like, what are you doing?
Reflex save, right?
I'm just attacking you. You don't get to do anything about it.
But I want to be cool about it.
Coming in with the bite.
I say roll it anyway.
That is a total of a 20 to hit.
She beat you on the roll.
Nice. 20 to hit.
20 doesn't hit me.
20 doesn't hit me. Okay. After that, then, it is Lyra's turn.
Now, Jim Jam, is
I
that
would like
closer
to
or
take
further
my
away from you?
Masterwork
Further away
Silver
from
Short
you.
Spear out that I bought.
You're gonna do what?
Take my Masterwork Silver Short Spear out.
Okay.
Try saying that 5 times fast. And I'd like to throw it at this
Okay.
creature.
So if you are not moving anywhere, you need to roll a hover check.
Well, where is the creature?
Down below you.
I know she was going
So I'm just gonna move a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw it.
Okay. You have at least a +1 bonus to your BAB, so you can draw a weapon as part of a move action and throw it.
Okay.
Now, it is engaged in melee combat with her, so you're going to have a -4 penalty to your attack roll. But because you're on higher ground, you get a +1, so it's a net of -3.
But you have a +1 to your AC.
Plus 2 if he does a shield of faith.
Guys, who's helping who? How do I do this exactly? Because I
Roll
don't
the
have
dice.
anything written down.
Roll a d20.
It's okay, Sarah B.
15 on the die.
15 on the die. Now you're going to... what is your ranged combat modifier?
6.
We
No,
love
it's
you.
eight.
It's
We
an
love you
8.
so much.
8, so 15 plus 8,
23.
23, -3 for removal penalties. 20. That is not going to hit.
What in the world, Jim?
What happens
Sorry.
to Jim? What happens to the weapon?
It
doesn't hit her,
thunks
though.
down and kills
Disintegrates.
Alex.
You didn't do that.
Alex is dead. It's
No,
canon.
that's not funny. No,
It was a critical hit against
no,
Alex.
excuse me,
That's not funny.
It is
Not funny.
hilarious.
It's
It's
dirty.
not funny.
Alex, this spear comes
He finds
shooting
it
down out of the
perfectly
sky.
Get the spear! Get the spear! I have the spear! Get him out!
Seconds. Rolling. I'm getting scared.
I'm so worried about
She's
you.
gonna get you!
9, I guess.
20
Yeah.
plus 9.
Nope. Nope,
No?
21.
21 is not going to do it.
A reroll?
No, I forbid it.
You will.
That's 3, guys.
Yeah.
That's 3 of them so far
No.
tonight.
If we
I
put a
rolled a
swear
9.
jar out here, everyone's gonna get paid for
I'm
Gen Con.
rich.
Oh, yeah, that was you.
13, we only get 1. That's 4 so far.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
After Alex, it's Quigley's turn.
So it's up further away from me now?
Yes.
Come on.
I moved 20 feet.
Okay. All right, you're getting there, Quigley. You're getting
Oh
there.
my god.
Crag.
Apparently more than 60 feet away!
He's not that far, he can't move that fast.
Now,
Because he's exhausted, so you could, what, 5 feet?
can
No,
I get
can
up?
move half my
Can I get
movement
up
speed.
and does flanking add to my tackle to
I
my?
don't know if it has your CMB. I'm not
Does
sure.
it?
I don't remember, but sure, why not? You're gonna provoke an
Sure.
attack of
I
opportunity,
used
though,
my reroll.
for sure.
Thank you.
Molten Hold has donated $10.
Even if I acrobatically try to get in there and
It's not for the movement. It's
Oh,
for
it's for
trying
the
to
CMB,
grab
yeah.
somebody who's
Get that
armed.
spear.
Unless I
essentially,
had-
Yes.
How do I get this?
I'm going for it.
Like
All right,
next
just coming in with that bite. Ooh, that is 27 to bite.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
Crag's
Krag.
gonna be an werewolf.
You better save that roll.
That is
for a
9
fortitude
points of
save.
damage from the bite.
how many points?
9 points. And when you are bitten by a wolf creature, they get a free attempt to trip you.
Trip.
Seriously?
They do. It's automatic. I get to automatically attempt to trip you.
No sense.
It's because they bite and then they're like,
They rip you to the
Cobra
ground.
Kai!
Yank it like they yank you kind of thing?
Yes,
Sweep
it's
the
exactly
leg.
like that. My check
Like a
to
ninja.
trip you, 26 against your CMD.
Oh my gosh.
no.
No.
No,
Not
okay,
even close.
great. So
Get out of here.
the
CMD is
she-
better
she-
than my AC.
That's true. Comes in, tries to bite you and rip you to the ground, but is unsuccessful. You are steady yourself.
But does he get bitten?
I got bitten. 24.
24 on the CM. That is not enough to grab on to this creature. And I do need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Everyone
Crag
touch
it,
the
Hey,
Krag.
you have a
Crag it,
reroll,
crag
Crag.
it.
Everyone
Okay.
has-
Give her
Everyone,
Okay.
give him some love.
Oh,
Okay, we're
1%.
gonna reroll that one. We're definitely gonna reroll that one.
What'd you get? There's a
What do you think
1
I
on the
got?
die.
That's a really
I think it's because everyone's touching me.
Keep
Why are you
touching
moving
him.
my arm like that?
Why not?
What is
Krag's
that
a
one?
werewolf. So Krag
Fortitude
is a
save.
13.
13.
You
All
did
right.
better than I did.
Huh?
What's on the die?
Very bad number, apparently. All right. My army is growing. Let's go to Kimbleton.
Drink the potion! So Krag, drink the potion!
Drink the potion.
Growing?
Potions,
So it's
man. Potions.
so
we
she
have
she
them.
turned away from me to start swinging at
Yeah,
Alex.
she went after Alex, and then Krag comes up, tries to grab onto her, can't do it, gets bitten. What do you do?
I mean I'm right there for flanking. Yeah, I step up to her and
Currently, he wanted to move into a flanking with Alex, so you can't flank with anybody because there's only you
Oh, I
have to be
didn't add
directly
my 2
across.
for flanking.
So if he's flanking with her, there's no other person to
Oh,
flank.
alright.
With. But you can get up and
Um,
attack. Yeah.
You're flanking fortitude, right?
No. Would 26 have done it?
Yes, 26 would have done it.
No,
Are you talking
not
about for the grab?
fortitude, for the grab.
For the grab.
Oh yeah, 26 would have done it. Yes.
I want
Can
to
I
go
go
up.
back in time and add my 2 for
That's too late now.
So she's got her back to me. I want to swing at like what I would assume is her Achilles. I want to try to.
You're trying to hamstring
I
her.
want to try to hamstring.
All
her.
right.
Just sounds.
Are you just melee?
Yeah, I'm
All
just
right.
meleeing. That is leaner. 18.
18 is not going to do it.
Next one.
Not adding
Nat 20.
Nat 20, a critical hit.
Yes!
Will do it.
Tell me
Huzzah.
about silver.
We have been subbed by Michael R. Vander, Dark Angel 7853,
Nice.
which is a new sub,
Thank
and
you.
Penguin Witch Doctor. Thank you
Thank
all so
you.
much.
Guys.
Michael Arvander's my dad.
I know.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
So that one is 14.
14 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Last
then I
time
got-
I was
then I got my third
crying
one.
a lot. Last time I saw you.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Nah, that one's a miss.
it's not
That's
That one's
only
gonna be a
an
miss.
11.
Okay, so you come in, get a really solid hit right where you were aiming for. You can see that some of the damage does go through, but still, it feels like it's like you're attacking a tree trunk. It's just the fur. Maybe there's this tough skin, and you don't know. But it is very difficult to land a killing blow. This creature, this critter, getting surrounded. What's she gonna do? Let's see what she's gonna do.
I'm shiny.
She's gonna run. She's gonna make a run for it.
No, I'm running.
Attacks
No,
of opportunity.
I'm running.
Attacks of
Attack
opportunity.
him, yes.
Yes,
I've
so
got
you will get an
silver
attack of opportunity. Actually, no, because she's making a full withdrawal. So she'll take.
I'm running.
Did you just decide that just now, though?
No,
because
that's like a full with. It's
Yeah,
a thing that you
the
can
first
do.
thing you
It's a
said
real
was.
thing.
First thing I said was,
I'm gonna jump on her back as she runs.
she is gonna bolt.
Coward.
Now, if she is flanked,
Yes.
Gonna
then
die.
she cannot escape with a full withdrawal.
No.
Because by size, if you're flanked in between an opponent, at least one will get an attack of opportunity on her.
Okay.
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh
It's gonna be.
Is this on the thing?
It works that way. It's gonna be. She'll run. So Alex, you'll get one attack of opportunity.
gosh. Come on.
17 plus 9.
Okay, that's a hit.
6.
Yes.
Silver dagger.
You were flanking,
And I was
but
flanking.
Doesn't
that's the
matter.
first spot in a first. So it
Yeah,
doesn't
because
matter.
where she would be when she provokes would not.
4 plus 2, 6 points damage.
6 points of
silver.
damage. You see this like the blade as it passes through her skin starts to smoke. You see like sparks in her fur. You pull it out. You can see her blood thick on the blade, and she howls as she just continues running through the streets of the city.
I like to start running.
Lyra.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's your turn.
Well, she's running.
She's running.
Okay, can I swoop down, grab the spear and throw it at her?
If you make a really cool fly check, you can.
Okay.
No, fly check's gotta be really cool.
No.
I mean,
It's not bad. 18,
18, yeah. You swoop down,
It's not
grab your
cool.
spear out of the mud.
and I throw it her way to
Throw it.
hit her.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll the d20 for
You
that?
do have to attack, yes.
Automatic hit, Jim. Automatic hit.
No, you cracked it?
So maybe I like a 1.
Oh,
You rolled, I'm sorry, you rolled a what?
I rolled a 1.
A 1 on the die?
That hits Alex.
You,
No, that come on.
well, you are.
Quick.
No,
you
not
are-
honey.
I'm in the opposite direction.
It'll bounce
You
back.
swoop
Not
down.
that close.
He's trying to tell us what happened.
You swoop down, grab your spear, and just like it's all like this one fluid, instinctive motion. And as it leaves your hand, you see this one of the members of the crowd, one of the town guard, who is gonna rush after and try to help you guys, to like grab on to this wolf. Run, and you see it happening almost like in slow motion, and his path crosses just as the spear.
What? He dies, Jonathan?
Jonathan is nowhere near here. And he immediately goes down in the mud, like tumbling end over end.
Who just had slow mo? I don't know.
Crap.
Alex, it's your turn.
Crap.
You
I'm
see,
running.
you
No, I'm
see
running.
Lyra swoop down
I don't
and
care.
murder a guard.
I'm running.
Murder.
I'm running towards the werewolf.
Okay, make an acrobatics check to leap over the body of the
Grab
innocent
the
victim.
spear at the same time. That'd be cool.
No, because he's died. That's not gonna be.
Rip the spear out of him, dealing enough damage to kill him.
11 plus 14.
11 plus
25.
14. You leap over the body and run. All right, you're
Go,
running
girl.
after this
I'm running.
wolf. All right.
Dang it.
After that, it is time for Quigley's turn.
So Quigley sees this werewolf bite Sir Krag, and nobody has responded to that, and he just screams out, "No!" And he runs over to Sir Krag. He drops the axe, and he pulls out the potion that he has, and
Okay.
he just shoves it in his mouth, and it's just like, drink it now.
Did you do it? Do it.
Krag, it's your action. What do you do? Quigley's like shoving this bottle in your mouth.
And you can always.
Just do
I
it.
said it.
Hush now. Hush now.
We have a clip of it. 2 clips. We have a clip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, is that what action?
I'm just asking if you have a different reaction to that than allowing it. If you can allow it, again,
Yeah.
you're allowed to allow it.
Now, if I allow it, can I still double move
because
after?
these are Quigley's actions.
Oh yeah, I drink the thing because I know I was bitten.
But you
Before
see,
I have-
I'm sweating.
I don't see that. I just see the wolf running away.
So he drinks
I
it, throws
stare-
it down.
And I'm looking there, and then I. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Roll a save.
Yeah,
Roll
you can make a
save.
fortitude save.
Oh, these fortitude
Yes,
saves.
yes.
So how does
Good job.
28 or yeah 28?
28. Okay. This you drink this like incredibly foul viscous liquid, and just you push past quickly and just start running. That's all you can think about is catching up to this wolf. Top of the next round, Kimbleton.
So she's already taken off from us, yes? I want to swift action end the one aspect I had on, aspect of the snake. And then I want to do aspect of the stag,
Okay.
which gives me 10 extra feet of movement.
Okay.
And I want to start running alongside
Okay.
Alex. And
Everybody
cast
is
and with the action
running.
as well too. So an extra 10 feet of movement. that
Do
you
they
can
grow gutlers?
What?
Nobody grows
The stack.
any
No,
gutlers.
they start galloping with gutlers. No.
I want.
Does the
Onyx
aspect of the
gutlers.
stag not go into Lady Alex because of what happened
What
last
is-
week?
So many things
What
are going in places tonight.
What?
It is my turn. Yeah, I don't like anything that's happening. You guys are able to keep pace. Sees that getting away is very likely not an option, so she just turns heel and leaps on the first of you, which would have been Alex since you were the first one to come after. So she just leaps on you, clawing and biting, realizing that escape is not an option. Claws, we're looking at a 15 and a 14, which is no good. His bite, though. His bite. We're looking at a 21 for the bite.
No.
Okay. It is Lyra's turn.
So did I kill the guy?
I mean, he's just laying in the ground with a spear halfway through him. You
But
don't, you
he's
can't
dead.
tell. You don't know. What do you,
Okay,
you want to
so
go
I'm
make a
gonna
heal
go
check?
over.
Do you
I
want
would like to. Okay, two things.
Yes.
I would like to cure critical wounds on this guy,
Cure
but I want
critical
my
wounds.
spear. So
But
can I
the more
so
important
can I do
thing
this?
is-
Can I pull it out and cure? I'm pull it out.
No.
The
So,
spear.
so going over to him is a move
spear.
action. Retrieving your spear from him is an action.
And cure. Oh.
Curing would be next.
Then am I allowed to
No,
cure
you should leave
him?
the spear in because it stabilizes better.
But she really wants that spear.
No, but I do want to cure him. So which one can I save his
All
life
the
but
blood
still get my
starts
spear?
spewing.
2 different rounds, but I want that.
I mean, what do you make a heal check?
Crap.
See if you can
Not
determine what the
well.
best thing for this guy is.
I need re-rolls, guys. I rolled another 1.
You have no idea.
No.
You don't know what to do. You don't know which one is best for him.
Stop rolling.
Okay. And I see my friends running.
Oh yeah, they're like bolting.
They were running.
Gosh darn it. I grab that spear and I go.
Okay, grab the spear. Gah! And as you
I'm
rip
so
it out of him,
sorry.
like you can see him like this like he's still alive. Now you can see it
Oh,
because
he's
his
still
mouth
alive. I don't
opens.
go.
And then blood just starts bubbling
Oh,
up
no.
out of this hole
No,
that
I
she
tried
left
to
in his
put it
chest.
Always leave it in!
And
puts it back.
it looks like I put it back.
No, don't put it back.
Not the spear, the blood.
And I put the blood
I'm
back
trying to
in.
get back in.
Who does that?
I'm trying to heal him, damn it.
That doesn't help.
Silent H says we don't give rerolls to cop killers!
You grab the spear and you can see him like lurch up, and it looks like he's trying to say something, but blood is coming out of his mouth, and you're already like on your way. You said you were moving away.
Damn it, I
You're
saw
already-
him.
Yeah,
Come back.
Alex's turn.
I
don't want
with
him
her,
to
right?
die.
I'm stabbing her.
Oh yeah, like she's on, like she's this is fight to the end now.
14 plus 9.
14 plus 9 is 23. That'll hit.
Sweet. 1d4, 24 plus.
Yes.
24. Ew. 3.
3 points of damage. All right. Another successful stab at the werewolf woman. That will take us to Quigley's turn. Your friends have left you behind.
Yeah, how far away is this person that she just killed?
Let's see. You had tried to do so.
He's not dead yet. I'm not done.
Can I make it there in one move action of 10 feet and then lay on hands that person?
That's not gonna help me.
Nah, he's not 10 feet away from you.
It wouldn't help me anyway. They're gonna
Here's the
slay
deal.
me. I gotta get him.
I run 5 feet back, pick up the silvered axe.
No.
That's my move.
Can I put this in?
All right. You grab that silvered axe. Krag.
How far away am I from the wolf?
You guys were keeping pace with her. That's why like she was like, I can't get away. So you're right there.
Drop my hammer, draw the silver great
Okay.
axe, and flank with her.
All right. If you want to try to move into a flank, you're gonna. Well, I mean, no. You have enough movement to go the long way. So.
Stars. I learned that in first aid class. Make sure to put
And-
any blood back in to ensure they stay full of blood.
I'm gonna take a mighty powerful swing with the.
Help me.
Oh!
Please.
How about a 29?
29 will hit.
That's
Michael Jordan.
It's not Michael Jordan. Dude, I haven't swung this axe in such a long time. I don't know
Is
what my
this the
damage
silver
is.
one?
2012.
Minus 1 for silver.
It's the same damage bonus as your hammer, though.
Yeah. No, it's -1.
Oh,
-1 because
of the silvering. Yes.
Nina.
Leaner.
Get out of here, ruining my rolls. That's pretty good. So 25.
25 points of damage.
Oh,
So
no.
you guys are standing out. Krag like moves all the way around,
Let's do the
gets
flanking.
right up at this woman's back, and
that's- sorry,
this
that's-
huge overhand cleaving chop buries the axe right in the back of her skull, cleaves down. You can actually see like brain and bone go splattering up into the air, and he rips the axe out of the back of her head, and she just dunked
But
on
was
the
that
ground.
silver? Was that silver?
Hit it.
You can see like
Hit it, Quigley.
as she's down there, like her body is starting to morph again, and within mere moments, she's just a woman.
Is it possible to give her the what's it called? the potion of the werewolf potion.
Oh no, she's
Like
Oh.
she's dead. Okay.
Bits of her brain and skull went flying
got
all
it.
over the place
Got
as
it,
she
that's
Split her
fell
head
down.
open.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm cure serious or critical woundsing this guy.
His wounds were
No,
just too critical.
I got this.
They were just.
Don't tell
They
me.
were
Sometimes it
mortal.
happens. There's casualties.
No, I'm
You
gonna
made a
get
choice.
so much trouble.
You made a
His
choice.
kids were right over there.
That's not funny.
They all gathered up.
I
Just
can't
a
handle
year
that.
after Frank.
Yeah.
1 year after Frank.
His uncle then.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Can't you
gosh!
cure him?
No, he's dead.
You
He's
can't cure
gone.
death.
I
You
search
killed
her
Ryan.
body.
Okay.
I'm
Put a
in
map.
trouble.
directly.
Yeah,
to
I
the
search for all the names. I'm looking for a list of all the
List of
names of the werewolves.
People with a W next to their name, and then
Yes.
people without one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, potion! Crap! I remember he's in trouble. So I go over. I'm still flying.
How do you
And
know
I go
he's in
over.
trouble?
I go over to Kimbleton and I hand him a potion. I say, "Drink this. Drink this."
What, I got one of those.
Oh, thank God! I am so behind. I killed someone, y'all, and I didn't mean to.
Penguin Witch Doctor says Lyra got a kill! Yay!
Another box.
Mark
It's
it.
not, no, that's
Mark
not
it.
a good one. It's not a good kill.
That's the surprise civilian.
You
He got in the
one shot.
way.
That's a good
I
kill.
didn't mean to. He just got in the way. It would have been amazing if I had rolled a freaking
Jim.
one.
While Eric's looting the body,
Yes.
can I take out the lock that I have with the portrait?
Yes.
Can I look and see if it
You
resembles?
can. It is not this woman.
It's not her?
Yeah, you know,
Okay,
you
so-
don't recognize this woman. Doesn't strike any memories. She wasn't carrying a whole lot. Like she's got a couple of copper, but she was dressed in peasant's clothing.
Got it. 2 copper.
So,
4 copper pieces.
4 copper pieces.
takes me about a full minute,
Oh,
but I
gosh.
finally reach where they are.
Yeah.
Um,
At this point, too, like the rest of the town guard, like some of them are like surrounding their fallen comrades. Some of them are like up at the group. Moira like comes right up to you quickly and like pulls you aside, and she's like, "This is very bad. I don't know if you what do we do here?"
Oh,
We just killed
didn't you know there's werewolves here?
Yeah, no, I know, but
I've been trying to give you ideas of how we can help you, but you seem to be avoiding it at any cost. Now listen, if you really would like us to help, we need to free the halfling, because he will lead us to where we need to go.
I'm not talking about the wolves.
The innocent guy.
Did you? She killed one of.
It
People
was an
saw
accident.
this was in the middle of the. People barely trusted you as it was. How am I?
Do I hear?
I can't-
Is she by us?
no,
Are we
So
all
there's
by
a
the-
crowd
we're
surrounding.
farther
No,
away.
we're farther away.
I'm in trouble. guys.
What are you doing?
When she went down and he starts looking at the body, I want to start just perceiving if I see just
Okay.
reactions for if there's anyone that seems like they're trying to scurry,
Yeah. Make a perception check.
possibly
Who needs healing?
a partner
Anyone?
of those.
We're not near you.
No, I'm by you. Are you by Kimbleton?
24.
24.
Invite them.
You do see a lot of
Invite
people like.
I need
It,
it.
it's difficult to tell if it means anything because there's a lot of people that are like fleeing this area, but they were in like full panic fleeing. The idea of like you don't see anybody though that looks like suspicious, but there are lots of people trying
Oh!
to get away. Yes.
Just gotta tell you that Snake Eyes just dropped $100 donation!
Cow.
Dude!
What's
Guys.
happening?
Gave
That's
me plus 1 to
awesome.
our next D20 to all of
Yay,
us,
thank
and
you.
plus 2 to our ACs for 1 round to all of us, except for you!
Wow.
Except
Holy
for me.
crap,
He gave
I mean,
Jim a
you guys are the
super
ones-
buff.
Yeah,
He
he
gave
gave
you
Jim
a
a
super
super
buff.
A super buff. My innocent town guards are gonna need super buffs to
wow.
protect
But,
themselves
I-
from
I
the
know,
murderous.
So
When
I go over
when
to
I'm
Krag.
talking to Myra, I say to her, it must have been a stray shot. I was focused on something else. I didn't even see it.
Listen, I'm certain it was an accident, but my problem is you guys were already like I told you before. If people around here they're not thinking right, they're not gonna just write this off as an accident.
I have no idea what to tell you except for there are no amends that she can make, but whatever she can do, I'm certain she will. She is a wonderful person after all.
Is she?
After all, lady, we just met.
Just joking.
Do whatever you have to do to make all of this stop. If you have a plan, put it into action, and then get yourselves out of here before something really bad happens.
Kicked out of another place.
And then she goes towards, like, getting people to move away, taking care of the 2 bodies now, trying to restore order to the...
I try to get Lady Alex's attention, and I just go. They disperse, and I'm making no, but I'm looking at you, and I'm making hand motions, and I say, when they disperse, mask it. And then I go, I point at her, and I go.
I know, and I go over to Quigley. I know I messed up.
Chat's going crazy, by the way.
Yeah. Chat's going
Jeb
crazy.
Refill says, Dwayne got in the way of a perfectly good kill shot. He was Frank's brother.
Jay Womack says, was Dwayne married?
I love that this guy is dead over there on the ground, and Lyra's like, I know I messed up.
Whoopsie.
Scott Denuza says he moved away after Frank's death to try to get away from the murder hobos, but they hunted him down.
He was a newcomer. After his niece's terrible birthday party, he was just trying to make a new life.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I go over to Quigley. Yeah. I know.
People crying in the street.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to. I really didn't. I never would have hit a person if I saw, but I was like thinking that I was going to get her with the spear, and I'm obviously not good at throwing.
They're in the process right now of trying to take the body off the streets.
Right.
They're trying to get the bodies off the street right now.
I don't know how to fix this. I can't.
You want to follow them to where they're taking it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you, Alex.
All right.
Lady Lyra.
I know.
Team Kraglex.
Definitely running over to our friends and offering
Okay.
to
Oh, you're there too?
Team
That wasn't.
stab.
No, I tried to heal him first.
Stab.
All right.
That didn't work. He was already gone.
Do you have some sort of gentle repose?
Are you making any attempt not to be
I
noticed?
don't know what that means.
We're flying casual, Jim. The 3 of us.
I'm just gonna pretend that we're just following to make sure that the body's disposed properly.
You guys!
I'm
That's the worst party ever!
Hey.
You're part of this party.
If I hadn't rolled poorly, we wouldn't have this problem. It's my fault.
Okay.
Do you hear Lord Marcus? I hear him. He's invisible.
Are you
Actually,
Are you putting...
initially, just take the bodies to a nearby barn just to get them off the street, get them out of view of the public so people stop panicking, trying to restore order. They take them into a barn, they close it up, and there are a couple of the constables who are sort of like standing outside to make sure nobody goes in.
Can I I would talk to him and say, I would just like to examine the body one more time in case there's others that are in the town that perhaps are hiding this becoming a werewolf. I would just, if you don't mind, we would just like to examine it one last time, and I promise you we'd be done.
You know what? Moira lets you guys run around and do whatever you want, but personally, I think you all should be thrown out at the least. So no, you can't go in. We'll take care of this ourselves.
Oh, that's a good character. I like that character.
I don't know why you aren't in jail right now. In fact, how do we even know you aren't? It seems like ever since you came in, things have gotten even worse for us.
That's not true.
It is true. A whole family dies the very morning after you poach up at the inn, and now all this in the town square?
We're just
telling me it's not true. You're just trying to help who? Trying to help a lot of people get killed, it seems like.
And who are you? Are you the head constable of this town?
Hear this happen?
No, but my friend's in there with a big hole in his chest. Whose fault is that?
Not mine. It was an accident.
Oh, well. I'll be sure to tell his wife it was an accident and that you didn't mean to kill him.
Well, you better watch your back or you might have
Oh,
a
what?
knife up
You'll
your
kill
back.
me too?
Yeah, maybe.
You can see now that a lot of the other guards are like they're all standing kind of shoulder to shoulder. You could tell that they're not letting you through.
I love this, Alex.
Yeah, I want to go up and stand in front and be like, Lady Alex.
Yeah,
we
let's
need
talk
to-
her. We're gonna talk her
we
down.
need to go.
We're gonna go. Hey, let's go take a walk.
Because I'm a woman. These men.
Yes.
We're bringing sexism into the game. You brought guns. We're bringing sexism.
This is like a
Deal with
really
it.
weird escalation, and I don't know where to go from
Brian
here.
Summer says, okay, new tactic. Never put Alex in charge of apologizing.
Fine.
Hey, I don't hate it.
Gillerin
Walk
says,
away.
"Kill everyone and loot the town."
Hey, I mean, you don't
That's
have a
a- that's a
werewolf
choice.
problem in a town of dead bodies.
Gary and Wolf 12
Burn
says,
it down.
after the first innocent kill, it gets easier.
Lyra goes in disguise.
Oh, yeah,
Lyra's like, are you
Gillerin
gonna
also
start
says
taking
war
levels
crimes.
an assassin now?
So, can we walk away now?
They would prefer.
Can
if
we
you
turn and we're walking
Oh, yeah,
away?
absolutely.
Where is this barn?
I mean, it's relatively close to the town, so it was basically like the first large, relatively secure area they could move it to. So it's still pretty close to the town square.
So we could kind of move away and then duck off somewhere and try to come back around.
Regroup.
Well, if you want to do the thing where, like, in full daylight, you just turn the corner and suddenly nobody notices you, like, yeah, you could make some rolls, but it's pretty ridiculous to assume that...
Well, we would be going, and I want Alex to go back and go back around.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
But sneak in
Let's sneak in
without
this
hurting
time.
anyone.
Without
Because
hurting.
we're the good guys.
We do it later.
We'll find out, I think, very soon how good everybody is.
I wouldn't do that during the day. There's way too much
I'm
ruckus.
not going to.
I know, we should do it
But
later.
who is here to tell us all of that? We're here to help.
You do realize the situation's not very good in our favor right now, don't you, Lady Alex? I get that you're upset, but we need to really be careful right now. And
I think
especially with
they need to be careful.
I need to
It's going to stab them all in the back.
Fun side note from chat. She was literally yelling gibberish the entire fight because she can't speak regular in battle.
Yes. Yes.
That's true.
That's why the guy died. He got so freaked out.
So,
Oh, man.
as I pull Lady Lyra aside, I bring her over and I go, you have to do something. Come on, clerics can do many wonderful things. They can even resurrect people, but let's do something.
You've been gone a while, Quigley. I'm not a cleric.
What?
Yeah, I never really got along with that god. But no, when I died, I came back as something different, and I didn't come back as a cleric. But I will do something about it. Stop, I don't understand your words. So...
He didn't understand yours
What?
before.
I know, that's also a
You have wings!
Yeah, isn't that cool?
No!
I came back with that too.
I'm going to tell you that it would be much cooler if you could bring that man back from the dead.
Man?
Yes!
Woman.
The
Oh,
town
that-
guard, you...
No, I
I
tried.
already forgot about that guy.
Tried. No, I'm not. I just...
It's in the past.
I was in a totally different space.
Nothing. Who was
No.
that guy?
Wander
I
under the
tried.
bridge.
I tried to, Quigley, and it wasn't... I was too late. Like, it wasn't gonna work out. I tried. But I will do something. I just don't know what. Any suggestions? I am very sad about
I
this.
don't think we're there yet, are we?
I don't know anymore.
What don't you know? You knew I wasn't a cleric.
No, actually,
Quigley didn't know?
no.
Tomorrow morning we get a letter from Quigley and he's left us.
But I will say what's going
I've
through...
decided to turn invisible and just be around you all the time.
Quigley.
I will be here with you in spirit.
What I will say is going through
Yeah.
his mind is that he's thinking one of the connections that I had with Lady Lyra was that we were both the spiritual ones.
Right.
We both followed our gods, and it's just shattering a perspective on a person.
Yeah.
And
Great. Not only did I kill some innocent guy, but now you don't even trust me.
you don't know. I didn't
No, I
tell
see
you
it.
exactly
I
what's
don't
going
know
on
what's
in
going
my
on in your
head.
head. I don't know what's going on in your
But
head, but I
he's-
see
but
how you're looking
What
at me.
the reaction to it is just so shocking that all he can do is walk away and go try and find the rest of the group.
Wow.
Right.
Seriously?
Speaking of the rest of the
did
group,
it to me too.
I need my friends right now to help me figure this out. And you're walking away. I'm yelling this while he's walking away.
Okay.
Scott Denuza says, "Quick, Krag, put on your orc costume and cause a distraction." Jim, it actually made me think.
Funny.
I do have a werewolf mask and some furs.
I know you.
I could get those guards out of that bar real quick.
Oh man. You guys had talked about moving away from the bar, and Alex still looks like she's fuming, but so do the guards. I mean, they like you guys are catching some weird glances as you're moving through the town. People are like, you don't really know what the effect of this is going to be, but people are in such a weird spot. It seems like some people, support you for a lot of the things that you've done. Some people, there seems to be a lot of arguing in town about whether what happened to the guard. Like some people didn't even see what really happened. Some people are saying that it was this like the wrath of Yaman-Ka swooped down from the sky and slew one of the town as a penalty for their sins. Like other people are saying that you guys are clearly in league with these werewolves and are sowing destruction, and you have to be run out of town before they're all dead. Other people are trying to say no, they've been helping people, like they see what happened earlier when they prevented somebody from being assaulted in town.
What's the most popular opinion, Jim?
Everything seems to be so split right now. It's you don't know. You have no idea how this is going to shake out. You just know that whatever you do next is going to be very important. And you should really consider your actions.
Did you just come here to heckle us from the peanut gallery?
Yeah, seriously.
We're having a blast reading these comments.
We'll read one of them.
I'm in for life says, at what point does Lyra getting frustrated turn into combat and she begins speaking in tongues and no one understands her?
Snake Eyes 0820 says, first Lyra kills a town guard and now she's going to kill Quigley.
Jay Womack earlier said, yeah, Lyra feels real bad about it. Dwayne, who? Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I feel real bad about that, or whoever he is, or whatever.
Lyra, it happened to me too, don't worry.
It happens to everyone sometimes.
Hey, everybody throws a spear through a town guard's heart at some point.
But it does happen to everybody.
Actually, interesting note about your curse is that while it is indeed specifically definitely a combat thing, it can manifest in periods of just extreme stress and extreme tension. So that it's not something that is only...
Is she speaking Celestial?
Not at the moment, but I mean...
Yeah.
But is that what she's speaking?
Yeah, she speaks Celestial.
Okay, because
you understand
I
that.
understand that,
Yeah.
yes.
I want to drink my my cure lycanthrope vial.
Your Cure Light Wounds?
No, I
His
bought one
Wolf's
of those
Bane.
vials.
You bought, yes, so
Yeah.
make a Fortitude save.
You're a +1.
That's yeah. I mean that's
I always forget to add that.
Math.
yeah.
Correct.
That's a math. 29.
29. Okay, so it's very foul tasting. It's thick. It like clings to your mouth. Like you can taste it even like minutes after you've consumed it. But you manage. You don't get like sick from it. Your hardy dwarf constitution staves off the detrimental effects of this definitely poisonous substance. Now you just have to hope that it works as Cadwell advertised.
So we have a body to look at, and we've got our little dwarf or our little dwarf friend, our little halfling friend in the cage. Two different options to go with.
I'm about to be in jail.
We don't know that, Lady Lyra. When we were walking back, a lot of people
Let's
seemed
go.
torn on what's
Let's
Do
happening.
we
go.
find them?
We should go
Yes, you guys,
regroup
yes.
with our fantastic party. We should go find. We were the best
Sure.
friends ever, and
The truth team.
We're over here.
Yeah, you guys are able to regroup after a few minutes.
I look at Sir Krag and I go,
She has reasons behind it.
Dancer,
Yeah.
good time to pop into chat.
yeah, when we brought her back, she came back a little different.
Darker.
Imp in my head says, "Oh no, Lyra's got the hood up after her first kill. Don't give in to the dark side."
Dan Servo says, Darkly trademark. Wow, what did I miss? Dan, well, you missed a little bit.
It's going black now.
Yeah, right. Next week. We also need to find Mora and ask her to put the halfling in a safer jail cell.
Let me just tell you that Moira's not going to be helping us anymore because of what happened and because of what's going to happen next.
Wait, what's happening next?
Yeah, what do you mean?
We have to break the halfling out of jail.
Wait, that's what Moira said?
We could have done this.
We could have done this without killing any of the town guard.
We could have. So, you wanting to do the right thing has caused all these other things to happen.
Yep.
We could have done this from the beginning.
Okay, so Krag, I understand, but there is also a scale of what when we are doing good and how the city will react to us, and when we do poorly, and how the city reacts to us when we do poorly. And so far, well, we've done very poorly.
We did kill
and
a werewolf.
The scales have been tipped to their maximum capacity. I fear that we will get run out of town before nightfall. And I certainly hope that does not happen, because we need the cover of night.
Just the way we like it, Jim. This is where we feel at home. Unwanted, hated.
Hey, it's not a town unless you can turn them all against you.
We certainly tried.
No, Jared, it will not be a bugbear
until
guard,
you killed one of
Jared.
their people.
Yep.
Until you straight up murdered a dude, it was going so great.
It actually was pretty good. We could.
It was. You were passing all those challenges like no other. Man.
All right.
I can't help it. It's too much fun. What are you guys up to?
So we've got two options.
We have one option.
We should do both.
Get him out.
We'll get him out, and you said something about that mask as well too.
If I can. But it all has to be at night. We have to get him out at night. We have to go back to the barn at night.
Should we get more silver? Because that one was hard. And if we get a pack of them, we're going to be in trouble.
You have to kill a lot of guards, too.
She's gonna throw a silver spear at you
and kill Jamie.
No, I won't kill Jamie.
Why?
I didn't even look at Jamie. I was looking at him.
I know.
Well, because he's saying he would roll to attack Adam, rolling that one.
So
and
why
killed
were you?
Jamie.
Why were you throwing? Why were you throwing your spear?
Why? Because it was silver, and I was trying to I was trying to help.
But you fly up. You fly up and.
I didn't think I had that much time. I grabbed it because it was running. It was running away. I didn't think we had that much time.
Listen, we'll take some sword fighting, weapon training another time. Yes. No? Yeah?
Did you know she's not a cleric?
Yes.
Why didn't nobody tell me?
Yeah, you've been gone. You shaved your head. We didn't know you cut your hair.
You want to
I told you the moment I got back, I said, look, I have a shaved head.
Why won't you tell us why you won't take your armor off?
Yes, why won't I?
Take your armor off.
What
are you hiding?
Not a thing.
Okay, you know what? Secret's out. Lyra's an oracle. Right? That's what you're What are you? What are you? Take off your armor.
I am a paladin.
No. She told us. Nope. You know her secret. You
now you have my secret.
Go.
Which
say
I didn't
it.
even know was a secret. But here we are.
My secret?
What are you hiding?
Well, they're arguing.
I'm not hiding anything.
I want to just watch, see if there's anyone looking at us, since they're all just yelling at each other during the day.
Make a sense motive check.
Dispel the magic that you clearly see
I
on me?
detected magic last
14.
Okay.
14. I mean, aside from what I was talking about earlier, like there are a lot of people that are looking at you guys. You guys are like the center of conversation, catching little bits. You know, you see some glances of sympathy. You see some glances of confusion. You see some glances of hatred and suspicion. I mean, you're getting the whole mix.
Spectrum, guys, we should not do this outside.
Fine.
We need to go back up to the rooms, or else we're gonna get murdered.
We're probably not welcome at our room.
It's okay.
That guy didn't like us. That guy didn't like us to begin
But
with.
he actually kind of liked me.
I
don't think he will anymore. Perhaps because
Don't yell at me. I'm having a really bad day, and now I go into Celestial because I'm stressed.
Super stressed.
Cool.
Yes, I can tell, and I'm speaking Celestial to her.
Very upset about
I can
this.
tell you're having a very difficult day. We're all having very difficult days.
I'm sorry for
And
letting you down,
and they're just-
Quigley.
I start.
They start speaking in tongues to each other.
I start marching towards the inn. Let's go.
Okay.
Going up in views.
Keep doing that. Keep doing that.
So we should just
I'm going to
head out of town.
Gonna let you wear it.
Wait until
Get
nightfall, then
that
go back in
armor
and break
off
them
of
out.
you.
Where are we gonna go out of town? There's no place for us to stay out there.
No, we're not staying. We're just gonna go out and regroup. We're gonna go
Hang out in the woods.
hang out in the woods, maybe whittle some.
No. We're going to the
I mean, as it stands right now, you guys are okay if you stay in town. It's just that how you guys react to people and what happens next could definitely tip the balance
I would say
in a very bad direction.
let's go
As
see
it
if we
stands
can
right now,
get
you guys
today.
are almost like in this neutral zone where
Let's see that
there's
friendly
just as
guy.
many.
Let's go talk to the friendly guy at the.
The inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
already
there's
paid
just
for
as
the
many
rooms.
people that hate you as there are people who are sympathetic to what you're trying to do.
Oh, so we're 50-50.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been
50-50.
Oh, I thought we were way
Oh.
past 50-50. Maybe we don't have to break him out.
Okay. Well, you didn't hear.
We're breaking him out.
That was
Yeah, I
right.
feel like I'm
Is this
saying
what we're
these things
saying
trying to
as
let
we're
you know
walking
you guys
into
don't
the
have to
inn?
flee, but you shouldn't be comforted by those words and
all
think,
right, I get
we
where,
can
I get
also
where you're
just
going.
mess around.
Jay Womack says, Dwayne is having a really bad day. And Imp in my head says, keep antagonizing Lyra. Do you want Force Lightning? Because that's how you get Force Lightning.
She's gonna have force fireballs.
That's what, like a Jedi?
Yes.
I say
Oh, yeah.
Jedi's don't use lightning.
It's Lucas Martinez
One
says,
did.
Quigley, read the plan.
Okay, here is the plan. Sir Krag, dress as a werewolf and break out the halfling. Then scream as you leave, Dwayne was a secret werewolf! How did you find out our secret plan? That is part 1 of my 36-step plan.
Let's sort of the other 35 chat.
Oh my God, we're back at the inn.
Yeah, we are.
We've made it.
Go back to your inn. You guys go up to your rooms. You clean off the blood and the mud. Regroup. Take
I
a minute
don't.
to just relax for a second. What's
Okay.
your plan?
So I'm gonna go over to Quigley's room. Knock,
Okay.
knock, 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 knock.
Knock, knock,
What about
knock.
the rest of us?
She's standing outside your room saying knock, knock,
You
knock,
heard
and
me.
it's really
You
weird.
heard me.
I heard you go knock, 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 knock.
Hey, Quigley, can I come in for a second?
What?
I need to talk to you.
All right.
Okay, so I come in. Oh, Alex does too. Alex!
And I go, Kimbleton, Krag.
All right. Yeah. So we all walk out into the hallway and into his room. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Quigley,
We're having an
why are you
intervention.
doing this to yourself? Why are you in this armor and won't get out? If you don't, just tell me.
We should all tell each other a secret. Tell us.
Well, first, because
Everybody
I don't
tell
want to have
one
to
secret
use
quickly
magic.
first.
but
Is this
I
truth
will.
or dare?
Yes.
Can we do truth or
It's
dare?
just truth. No, it's just truth and truth. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you just threaten to use magic on
No,
me?
I just said I might if you don't tell me what's going on.
So that's a
I'm
threat
really
with
worried.
magic, right?
Detect evil.
All right.
You know how I feel about magic.
Don't worry, it's not for you.
Oh, that was so
She
sweet.
only has magic from Quigley.
I know he doesn't like it.
Quigley, please, we're your friends, and we
Nothing is wrong.
they're.
You're
why would-
tired all the time and you smell awful and this isn't like you.
Yeah, I could use a nap.
You were sweating when we came back into the room when you were watching over her body.
What
You're
were you
sweating all the
doing?
time.
What was
There
he
you go.
doing? Were you
No,
there?
he was watching over you.
Remember when
Lady
you were
Lyra.
knocked out?
Yeah, I was knocked out, but why was he sweating?
That's why I'm asking. He was acting really weird.
We're really concerned about
Sir
you.
Quigley.
I would
it-
guess that he hasn't taken his armor off in.
Oh.
Do I know how many days? Can I guess how
Perception.
many days?
Make a
Perception for
fortitude
smell.
save.
Make a fortitude save.
It's been a while.
Roll a will.
That's not good. 12.
13.
Well, first
You
of
have a
all,
plus
you're
one.
nauseated. Second of all,
Do I throw up into his
No,
armor?
No, that's
No, but he takes a crag crap on the floor. That's par for the course.
This is your room.
Not
Sir-
happening.
Sir Quigley, we all understand that you're really worried about something, but this entire situation that is going on in this town, we should not try to keep anything from each other if we're going to help out here. We all truly need to work together as a team. And if you can't stand in a couple of days, you're about to fall over, then what?
I'm not keeping anything from you.
Then say it. You're mumbling. You're not wanting to speak it out loud. Just say it, Quigley.
Say what?
Why won't you take off your armor? What are you hiding from us? You're hiding something from us. We're not stupid.
You might kill innocent people, but we're not stupid.
We're not stupid. Please.
I have these dreams. These terrible dreams. They feel so... They're real. When I wake, I can't find the difference between my reality and my dream reality. And in both, I am doing my best to protect everyone. I need armor in both. And so that is why I wear it.
Did you encounter something on your travels that caused you to have these dreams? A witch, a hag, something evil?
No.
You sure? Because, I mean, the hag gave me bad dreams once.
Sometimes I feel like the evil is within our own imagination. Now, I am very tired.
Can you please take your armor off and sleep nicely in
What
bed?
if we stayed awake and protected you?
You're not doing anyone any good being exhausted.
You don't understand.
What don't we understand?
When I'm sleeping, I'm protecting you. And when I'm awake, I'm protecting you. There's no difference. So if you were to be by my side, then I would still be armorless.
But when you're awake, you're not protecting us
No, but
because
the
you
armor
physically
stays
can't.
on. The armor stays on.
You can barely walk.
We need you at full capacity, and you're so good at what you do, and we just would like that old Quigley back, and we don't understand. How can we help you?
We could take night watches so that all of us can protect each other at some point.
How can we help you?
You can't.
See, I don't take that as an answer, so we're gonna have to figure something out.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Later.
Drugs. Lotus. The lotus
No, I
powder.
won't. Thank you for telling. I won't use magic. I just
No,
want to figure something out.
Quigley,
Are you strung out right now? Are you on drugs?
No.
What?
What?
Where'd you
No.
get those? Okay.
You know,
Kimball, what were you saying?
Quigley, you say that you're protecting us. And I truly believe that. But at the same time, have you truly thought about what you're doing to yourself?
I would die if it meant protecting all of you.
Well, you're going to die if you continue to have your armor on.
Just
You feel like you need to protect us, but we also feel like we need to protect you as well.
here's how it will go then. Whenever we go somewhere, just put me out there, and instead of running in, we'll walk in, and then you all stay near me, and I can protect you all of you. I can do it, every single one.
You're wearing yourself out, dude. We're a team for a reason.
Quigley, did someone die while you were gone that you feel the need to protect us? This urgency to protect us?
No.
I pull Krag aside
Okay.
while Alex is.
How big is this room?
No, I'm pulling you
So-
outside the door for a second.
So you said you're going outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
To take.
Should I-
to talk
Sorry, I
to.
roll a sense motive on your no. Okay, I'm rolling sense motive on your no.
So you see Lyra pulls Krag outside the room, and they're talking. And as they're doing so, and Alex is there, and you guys are rolling checks against each other.
8 plus 14 plus 1.
You notice when you look over that Kimbleton looks a little gray in the face.
What? Oh, shit.
I gave him a potion.
And he's starting to sway on his feet a little bit. And you guys are arguing with each other. And he like turns aside for a second and puts his hand up against the wall. And you see him you hear almost like this like choking sound, and he turns back around, and you see long, sharp white teeth jutting out from his mouth, and his hands have turned into these huge, jagged claws, and he leaps on Alex Quigley right in front of you and grabs her around the throat and buries his teeth in her neck, and blood squirts everywhere, covering your face.
I jump up and I swing my axe as hard as I can.
As you jump up and grab your axe, you hear a scream coming from just outside your room, and you turn and you see Krag is standing in your doorway. But it's not Krag at all. It's this huge, monstrous wolf, and its talons, these huge claws, are buried in Lyra's chest, and he rips her lungs out from her ribs, and suddenly everything comes into focus as you wake up, and you hear a knocking at your bedroom door.
What?
And we will come back in just a few moments, because we have to take a little bit of a break, so that we can all... Well, mostly so I can go get some tea. I don't really care what these guys do. I just need to go get some tea. We'll be back in a few minutes. We'll talk about, we'll play some more Pathfinder. We'll talk about the prizes that are coming up at the end of the episode. We will see you then. Do the thing.
Dear lady, I was reading that. I must insist you return that to me at once!
Enough! What's so important about that book that you were willing to risk a knife in the gut for?
This book is... it's how I know what's right.
Doesn't make any sense.
All knights must be strong and just and brave. But Sir Gerald is the standard of true knighthood.
A knight's just a man in a tin suit. All that armor weighs you up, slows you down. It makes you a target.
To a knight, battle is but a means of protecting those who need protection. Knighthood itself is a way of life.
How would you even want to be a knight?
Well, it's complicated.
Oh, to impress a girl. You might need to get really impressive really quickly.
It's over, bitches. No amount of glitter can save you now.
So, right about now you're probably thinking, hey, let's just reason with them. I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding. But I'm bashing something today, and you might as well let it be them.
I'm ready to follow you into battle, my sword raised to the heavens.
I don't have a sword.
My courage shall be my sword.
No!
Do you think they'll give me a timeout so I can find a sharp stick?
Krag, just do your thing.
Go.
Ah, my darling. Get it right here. Oh, I can do.
Stop doing that! Why? Living!
But it's my very favorite thing.
You are nothing but a minor irritation.
I have it on good authority that I'm a major irritation.
You're nothing but a hatless hedge wizard with a few party tricks. Now you're dead. Just you? Your friends?
Fox. Angie.
I have to admit, this is actually pretty fun.
Thank you.
You guys are the worst. I'll be back.
You cheating bastard! This isn't over, you know.
Sure it is.
I think that you should have this. It has taught me much in the ways of heroism. I pass it to you now in the hopes that the lessons therein will mend your ways. I will learn what I must from my new lord, Sir Krag, and my other noble companions. With them by my side, true and faithful, no obstacle shall bar our way.
They're leaving you.
What?
I hate that guy.
Souvenir? You know, I spent 60,000 gold to learn wizardry.
I'm sorry I wasn't much help during the fight.
Didn't really expect you to be.
Well, it looks like you're gonna be okay. Unless you get teleported into a tree in the next 10 seconds.
As it has been pointed out many times in the past, there are no trees in the Windscourge Wastes.
Should we hold hands or something?
No.
Hey everybody, do you know what the Fantasy Network is? Well, you should, because it's awesome. It is the place you can go to watch Walking in Circles at the highest quality that it has ever been. Not to mention a whole bunch of awesome independent fantasy content, which we know you love because you're here watching dragons and things. If you want to get free access to that, all you got to do is go over to patreon.com/thatdragonshow. Support us at the $10 level and up, and you will get free access to the Fantasy Network. That's all, but you help the show and you get access to all that content. It's awesome. You can check them out at thefantasy.network if you want to take a look at what you're dipping your feet into. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
So here we are at the cabin. This is where we're staying for the duration of shooting. We've got our kitchen over here. Jim's been cooking up a storm in there, and it's been
good
delicious.
food, yeah.
So good. Rec area. That's the girls' side where I'm staying, and but it's cleaner there. Here we have some of the cast chilling after a long day in the.
And that's not a dog in your shirt.
That's not a dog. It's a newfound tumor, or Piper. Maybe? She doesn't want to. She's warm. So this is the tech side of things. So as we're working, they're downloading the footage. They're already editing stuff. It's already looking good. You can tell they're the tech guys because of the way they keep the room. Stuff is just everywhere. One of the reasons I almost stayed in here with Krag stuff. This is where Krag sleep here.
Yeah.
Krag.
So here's our crew. We got Joey and Aaron are in these bunks, and then
this
I
is
got
the
all
Krag
my
Sanctum Sanctorum.
all my stuff here. I got my special food
And an emergency exit.
Yeah, emergency exit too. It's important. Stay safe.
And then this is the bathroom. This is the guy's side. What the frig? Someone. Okay. Someone's in here apparently. What the frig? What the frig? Okay, get back. Get back. What the frig? What the frig? What the frig? Okay. Stay back, you bastards! Stay back! Stay back! Oh no! Stay back!
Pants are down!
I don't think
you okay?
I don't think I got
Hey guys, thanks for hanging out during the break. Or if you're not, you'll see this at some point. But remember the Twitch Prime subscription that you have? Renew that sucker. Don't be like me and always forget. I do subscribe to our show. I mean, it's free. Do it. Go now. Resubscribe. All right. I'll see you after the break.
Hello, my name is Azim Rizik, and I play Goon number 2.
Or Goon, yeah. I'm Adam Khan, I'm Goon number 1.
He's more important because he's number 1. Goon number 2, as a young child, he had actually had a little bit of damage done to certain parts of his body, and that affected the way that he talked, like the voice that came out of his mouth. So the rest of us have genitalia. It just so happens that Goon number 2 got his cut off. So his voice is a little more up here, you know, because I don't really have anything.
That's totally different from Goon 2. Goon 2 was born with extra large genitalia.
Giant.
So it
massive.
Hangle dangles.
They're like
dragging the ground.
That really is the only description of our characters. Is
But not really. No, they did have. There was a big storyline panned out for the two of them, and unfortunately, I had to cut it because it was too funny. There was a whole spin-off with the 2 characters as well, too, where they came from.
15 pages of extra text.
Just for the 2 of them.
We'll never get to see it.
I know, unless you order the director's cut.
The director's cut.
Right?
Has, I don't know if those are in there, but if they were anywhere, they would be in there.
Adam Kahn and
Azim Rizik.
We're pretty awesome. You should watch more of us.
We're a team.
We're
dynamic duo.
Well, we also talked. We're gonna get on a Kickstarter and talk to the guys of Walking in Circles because we want that spin-off show with the 2 of us.
Mhm.
It's gonna be pretty epic, or at least bring us back. Oh, we can be. I was gonna say fairies, but I don't want to be a fairy.
Well, you can be a fairy if you want to. Bottom line,
Still
your
lady.
votes are gonna make it happen.
It'll be awesome. Enjoy, have fun. I'm hungry. Can we go get pie?
I'm down to go get some
All right,
humans.
let's go. All right, no, I'm down. All right, thanks, guys. We're outie. All right.
No GM at all. It's just these guys.
Off the rails and off the screen.
Ashley killed Jim Jam.
That was his name, Jim Jam. Aww.
Yeah, we're back.
So bad. You guys actually came back to an empty chair?
How did you do that? A black screen.
The black screen's better than an empty chair. My gosh, guys. I don't think that I'm not. I wanted some gummy bears, and apparently that was just too much for everybody.
You got 15 minutes to get gummy bears.
I was peeing and getting tea. You know what? You're not in this show. Guys, we're back for more dragons and things.
With gummy bears.
And gummy bears. I got gummy bears. So, before we get started, I want to remind everybody that we have prizes tonight. Woo! I'm going to announce exactly what they are.
What are they?
I'm about to tell you. We have this lovely pack of Game of Thrones inspired coins. Ooh. We've got one. Let's see, we've got a Robb Stark coin. We've got a Walder Frey coin.
I love him so much.
We've got a Lannister coin. All of these things sort of in celebration of our joining the Winter is Coming fan site that is going to be happening in February. So keep an eye on winteriscoming.net and get over there and sign up for their forums if you want to start chatting with some of the community that's already there. We are also giving away the Game of Thrones. We have a House Stark and a House Targaryen pin. They're lovely little guys that you can wear to show your support for the houses when the show comes back. Hooray. We are giving out both of these prizes to one lucky winner. But in order to be entered to win, you do have to share this episode on Twitter using the hashtag Dragons and Things, which is already included if you just use the share button that's right under this video. Use that share button. That hashtag that we track is already included. You'll be getting an entry to win these prizes. I just did remind you guys about the fan side of things, so that's cool. Also make sure that
And you're going to tell them the secret that Paizo's going to tell next week, right?
Well, I'm going to tell them that there will be a secret.
I thought we were going to
Much
tell
like the
them.
secret of Quigley's armor.
Oh, yes.
And the mysterious stench. We'll be
not
leaving those
mysterious.
things for
It's
another
scummy.
Friday.
Harry Potter movie.
No. But the secret is mysterious.
Mysterious.
And stinky? I don't
In
know.
a
I don't know.
good
I don't know
way.
where I'm going with this metaphor anymore. I'm all thrown off. But make sure that you are on official Paizo's Twitch next Friday at 4 p.m. because they're going to go live and they're going to tell you all the juicy little bits of information that you want to know. And I guess we're going to play some Pathfinder now, you know. Let's see. So you guys were in the process of one by one eliminating the town guard. And what was your next step in this?
There weren't really important
Can I just
things
say,
in front
chat?
of your face right now.
So Quigley had a bag full of these Swedish fish things.
No, this is
Are
a
they
dice
almost
bag.
done? Let me see.
No way.
Yeah, they've been filled
So-
up to the brim.
Well, here's the thing.
I'll show you guys later.
Here's
I
the
have
thing. What I
pictures.
have to do is I have to buy 2 bags of these gummies because
You do.
he eats.
One is the
He
Quigley
eats
bag.
the entire
I don't really
bag.
like those.
And to put that in a perspective, there's 9 servings per container at 160 calories.
I burned 600.
27 grams of sugar per serving.
How do you think I am so energetic the entire time?
Hey, that's how he does.
There was the biggest eye roll. There was the biggest eye roll from over there.
Jamie.
Let's do it, Jim. Let's get kicked
Let's
out of
do
this
it.
town,
Let's get
baby.
kicked out of town.
Also, really quickly,
Baby!
we've got a sub from Ratim Mad, and also a cheer from him. Firosh, Sarah BC, Michael Arvander, I'm in for life, Snake Eyes, and Mama Jim Jam cheering for us. Thanks, guys.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I didn't cheer anything.
Da, 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 da.
Just wanted you guys to know.
So you
Thanks.
wake up with the start,
you
sweat
hear
pouring
something?
down your face. You hear a knock at your bedroom door. Open it up. It's Lyra standing there. She looks very
sweat.
deeply
Knock, knock,
concerned about you.
I'm next to you.
She's just concerned about you.
Yeah.
But you guys can hear also there's some commotion going on downstairs. You guys know that it's getting pretty late now. You don't know how much time passed while you were sleeping, but it's like the sun has like gone down now. It's getting dark. The sun's getting real low. What do you do?
Sleep.
Does it all play out now?
We didn't eat dinner yet.
Yeah, we haven't eaten.
I don't know. Yeah.
Are we in
So, did we have that conversation then? We did, right? I'm so confused because I made
You
that.
just stand there. Hey, you just went up to Quigley's door. You knock on it. He opens the door. He looks like out of his mind, exhausted.
Okay.
I'm gonna go downstairs and get you something to drink.
Yeah.
Oh.
I find Krag.
I go
Okay.
downstairs.
And
Easily
I
done.
pull him. Wait, are you in that room or are you somewhere else? Where are you?
We're exactly where we were
Right. So are
in
you?
the first half.
No, but now I'm confused because I thought we were in his room and we're not. Like I just walked in. So are you in your room? Just tell me where.
Everything that happened is about to happen again.
I think it's It's,
Like if
we're
it's
doing,
very important that you you can.
Okay, we repeat
you
everything.
repeat everything exactly as it was.
Okay, here,
because-
call us in.
All right.
I remember at this
I
point
went
you called us in.
I went downstairs.
No, that's
so
wrong.
You go
That's
downstairs.
different.
What are you looking for?
I'd like to ask the inn or the barkeeper for a nice cold glass of beer.
Okay, easily done.
Oh,
it's not
God,
very
Jim,
cold.
that
but
didn't
you get
happen.
What? No, this did
Yeah.
happen. So I slip him 2 gold and I say thank you.
Okay.
As I'm going up the stairs, I'm gonna take out my other sleeping potion,
Okay.
pop it, and I'm gonna pour it into his drink.
Okay.
And then I put the bottle away.
Good luck.
Okay.
My fortitude
Make
saves
sure
all
it's all kind of.
Smug, 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 smug.
Smug, smug.
Smuggity smug.
Smug.
Okay.
So
Hi, I'm Smugly.
I walk in. And I say, here,
Oh, thank
it's a
you.
nice cold drink for you, okay?
Drink it.
Drink it down.
Tastes good.
It does.
So that's a 2 gold beer.
I pull him aside. I pull him aside. Can I do that now?
Yeah, you can.
And I'm talking to you so
And-
he can't hear.
And whatever conversation while she's going downstairs that we had previously, we would have had.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So now we're outside
talking to you.
after everything happened.
Right.
Yes. There we go. Okay.
And Alex and
So
Lyra are dead.
here's the
Since you
thing.
and Quigley.
Quigley listens to you more than he listens to anyone else, and he respects you more than any of us. I think the only person that's going to be able to get through to him is you.
There is a wall that he has put up, and I don't think anything is penetrating that wall.
We have to.
Ay, ay, ay.
He used that. Yeah, he sure did. Fine, but I still think you should try because he'll listen to you. There's just
I mean, he is my squire.
he is. See, there you go. So, can you just? I don't think he's gonna hear me or Alex the way he'll hear you, and I really am concerned about him, and I'm not gonna use magic right now. Okay, then I walk back in.
Okay.
We're
You
going,
walk
Jim.
back,
Casually, real casual like.
real casual like. Guess make a fortitude save.
17?
17 on the die.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No,
No.
you rolled a 4.
Four
I
on
rolled
the
a
die.
4.
You rolled a 4.
Point of clarification, did you pour the whole bottle in there?
Yes.
Oh god.
I think I'm out.
I think so.
I don't know how it works.
Is he
I think
dead?
as you guys,
I don't know how it works.
as you walk into the room,
I go to. I'm ready to talk to him.
Quigley just like falls over.
What happened? What's happening? What happened? What happened? Alex!
I'm taking his armor off. I'm not raping him though. I'm just saying.
We didn't.
Nobody said anything about raping.
Nobody said anything.
Bye.
Cut the feed.
See you guys later.
Go to black.
Hey, we got it. We're shutting down.
All right. He's
shutting it down.
Did you
shut it down? In the comments.
He's
You know,
down
it's
for
gonna be a
sure.
roofies. It's not a roofies. It's no.
It's called Flories.
You know what? You know what?
So he's out.
It's fine. You take the armor off. Okay, it's a matter of a few minutes.
So he smells so bad. Water, but not by himself because I don't want him to drown.
I'm so sorry.
What is happening right now?
No, I just say we need to know what's going on. He's not going.
What did
to
you
tell
give
us.
him?
A sleeping potion. He's going to be okay. I promise you.
How much did you give him?
What kind of sleeping potion?
I don't know. It's the sleeping potion I picked up. Like
You gave him the entire thing?
I don't know how it works. Diana doesn't know how it works.
No, it's
So
okay.
I apologize.
Can someone
You tried.
check
Does anyone
him to
have a
make sure
knowledge
he's okay?
arcana?
Can I heal check? Can I
Oh
just
my
make sure
god.
Put your hands down.
Okay.
I'm gonna be asleep for days.
I'm sorry.
Morning Oak says, gotta stay awake. Don't want to miss the last
I
part of
don't
the
know the
show.
mechanics of this.
He's alive.
Of the sleeping potion.
He's alive. He's alive, guys.
He's alive. He's not gonna be up and awake for an amount of time.
Okay.
Who knows
You
how
know
long
what?
it's gonna be.
Yeah, totally get why you did it.
Is he gonna get? Will he get rest now from this, or is it some sort of
I
strange?
mean, if you guys, if you
We
remove
did.
his armor
Yes,
and
you
put
did.
him in a bed and like cover him up
Okay, well,
and
let's
like yeah,
put him in
he'll
the
rest.
bed.
We'll do. First off, we'll take the armor off.
Water. He smells awful.
And I would grab like towels and I'd start cleaning him up.
You should
because
check.
I'm
You
sure-
should check his body.
No, I'm cleaning him up and I'm making sure he's okay. Do I see anything like any symbols or any? Like,
She's giving him a sponge bath.
You
to be
Should we
clear.
give them time?
No, but I want to take care of him. Because
Yeah, we're gonna leave them
We're gonna
alone.
give them time.
No,
Well,
guys.
What do they see?
She's got Tim.
You see that there are a whole bunch more scars.
At you.
There's a whole bunch more scars than you have seen in the past. There's clearly signs of
Bites.
Like
not
werewolf
bites, but there's
scratches?
clearly signs
Battle.
of more battle and more cuts, scrapes, burns, scratches. But other than that,
Scott Denuso says quickly, or I'll put the spear in him.
No. Actually, can I take my silver dagger out and place it against his skin?
Remember
and
he
see
did
what
that.
happens? Oh, we did that already?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did that already. Okay, I apologize.
He's
Okay,
not
sorry.
a werewolf.
He cut
No, it's okay,
himself.
it's okay.
He cut himself with a.
It's a
Alright.
really good idea.
So now that he's asleep,
and
Let's
the
start-
armor's off.
we should let him rest and we
He
should
needs
go.
to sleep.
I'm sure he's
I'm
going
wondering
to.
if he's having post-traumatic stress.
I think so.
And that's why he feels like he has to
Wait,
protect
what?
us.
What is that? Post what?
Okay, that's Diana.
Post dramatic stress.
PTSD.
I'm wondering if he's having.
Is it from doing the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer show?
Has no more hair. I don't know.
jingle.
Maybe he's just now. It's starting to get to him all these battles.
Maybe. But how do we? I mean,
Almost
he
had a
just
spit
needs
take.
rest.
Jamie got it.
Chill.
He needs to sleep, but we need to ask.
Well,
him
he
what
had
has
also
happened.
mentioned before too that he came across werewolves. Didn't he say that before too?
Yeah.
Do you think he got scratched by like this? These are werewolves.
There would have been signs, and obviously nothing has happened yet.
Yeah.
But he's out right now. Especially if you put that whole bottle in there, he's gonna be out for a while.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's
It's
Totally
all right.
fine.
He needed it.
But here's
Relax.
the thing. He did say, about how he's protecting us in his sleep and not in like real life. So,
Right.
do we think those scrapes or some kind of weird? Can I detect
Knowledge
magic?
Arcana.
Can I detect magic?
Yeah, you don't detect any unusual sources of magic from Quigley.
He's whispering.
Can you do a heal check? Can you do a heal
I
check?
already did.
She did.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's still alive.
You can do an additional heal check on like the
I want
scars
to-
and stuff.
Okay,
I
okay.
hear him
That's what I
whispering.
meant on the
I want to try to perceive what he's saying.
I'm Healy checking. 22.
22. Okay, so it looks like wounds that he has accumulated. I mean, it would make a lot of sense. He's been in a lot of very difficult situations, and you have no idea what it was like when he was gone from you guys for a couple of months.
A lot of striding.
It looks like a lot of wounds that he's gotten from who knows where, most of which look like perhaps they were healed through magical means. So it was consistent with sort of what you'd expect, life of an adventurer.
Okay. All right, never mind.
You were perceiving.
I was, yeah. He's over here sleeping. I hear him whispering something. I want to see if I can perceive what he's saying.
In my head.
Oh, now he's speaking real words. Can you perceive? Because I can hear him now speaking real words.
19.
Oh, okay, you hear.
You
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say it loud
Okay.
so that everyone can hear it. But I keep repeating. I had the bottle in my hand. I had the bottle in my hand over and over and over and over and over again.
The bottle of milk. Have to drink the milk with the.
Do you think
That
Gotta-
is a theory. Let's put that.
Gotta drink-
We'll put it
gotta drink the
away.
milk.
We'll put it away and
With the
revisit.
left hand, right hand.
Do you think he was trying to save someone from being a werewolf? Or maybe he had a connection with the werewolf, the lady in the town? No?
I don't know about the lady in the town, but I mean, he keeps talking about the bottle. I mean, so Krag and I, we drank out of bottles to make sure that we were, hopefully didn't contact anything, the curse.
Wait. He knew, what's her name, Myra, Mora, what's her friend?
No.
No.
Myra. Moira.
Moira.
Mora.
Moira.
No, he was Moira.
I
Moira.
could watch a half-hour show long just of her trying to say that
So
name.
say boy.
Boy.
Say boy.
We get to moist and
No,
to
stop.
Moist.
So gross. So gross. I hate that word.
But that's how you say it, Moira.
Moira.
It sounds wrong.
Linguistics, 2 all plus
Very nice.
18. Good job.
So what are you guys gonna do? You got Quigley out. I know
should
you
go
guys
talk
were
to
talking
Moira.
originally about busting your good buddy Garwal out of jail, but
Yeah,
then you
I'm
joined your
kinda-
friend.
I want to
Just-
make sure he's cleaned up and we put
Yeah.
him in bed. We make sure he's.
We don't have time. We don't have so much time to.
We should talk to Moira.
We're doing it real quick. He's
No, but I mean, how he's. We don't know how long he's gonna
Thank
be
you.
out. I mean, we're
Got
gonna
the
be here
name.
for a couple days.
Second.
We should make the most of this evening, though.
I wake up 2 days later. They've been run out of town.
No.
The innkeeper comes up to my room and goes, that'll be 40 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And I left.
We've got 2 options before us. We can either go and try to break him out, or we try to go back into the barn and see if we can put on that mask to the wolf lady that we killed.
The thing is, he is gonna. We just have to give him his box, and he will break himself out. Is what he said. He just needs his things, so we can get him out. No problem. You want to get the halfling out? We get the halfling out. No problem.
He told us he would tell us where they're all at. And I think we do that. I think we should, if we can, try to get any more information on the girl as well too, if we can.
Well, you want to go?
Moira. I said her name. I think that if we, I probably can't, well, she might understand. Anyways, I think we should go talk to Moira because Quigley knew Moira before.
She told
No.
us. She told us.
She
to
said,
figure it out.
Figure it out. Get out of my town.
Yes.
She
so
said, "You're messing things up." I don't know this.
Those
guy.
are the only 2 things I can think.
Did you
I
tell
think,
us this
I
before
honestly
you were
think
drugged?
if we leave him in here, I think he's going to be all right.
thing I was
So we need to go find out more information on what we can do with these other werewolves.
Let's go. Ooh, I
What
felt better
direction?
than the
What do we want to do? We either go to one or the
One
other,
direction.
or we split.
One
Adam,
direction.
One direction.
That's what
Two?
makes you beautiful.
Who's Adam?
Okay,
I
listen.
got you.
We have to make sure no one's around if he's hanging in the cage. If he's hanging in his cage, we need a distraction. Perhaps you can put on one of your masks, go running in one direction.
One of my masks. What direction?
Or werewolf. I don't know, but if there's people guarding the halfling in
Let's look. If there's people there, let's go try.
Jim, I look out the window and see if he's being guarded.
Okay, currently, I mean, like, occasionally there are patrols of guards, but there's no one, like, posted at the gibbet.
Let's just walk over there. At this point, I've killed somebody. I'm a hitman.
No,
F it all.
No, stop. No, we need a plan. We're
The
gonna...
problem is, with an unconscious person in a room,
I hear you.
we can't get run out of town right now. We can't go do something. What are we gonna do with this guy?
Well, we're gonna leave.
Then we
him
need
here
to be.
sleep.
Then we need to be sneaky about
No,
it.
it's alright.
Make
Alex.
big choices, and you did.
Gotta be sneaky.
Alex, what do you suggest?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Observe.
Is your name Alex?
Yeah, stop talking over me. Let's go observe
Observe
the
which
area and make. And if there's too many patrols, we need to figure out.
Second half, we observe. Part 2.
Okay.
Sarah Girl 9959 says, make sure to take Lyra. You need someone who is good at killing guards.
Maybe. Do you want to stay up with Quigley for a bit while we at least go
So not to cause
look at the
problems?
situation and then we'll come back, decide,
Sure.
make our decision, and we'll go.
Yeah, I'll stay
All right.
because I don't want to cause problems.
We'll walk around. We'll check out, see what the patrols look like around our little friend. We'll go look around the barn as well too.
Okay.
We'll make a decision from
But
there.
come back soon because I'm really concerned. Wait, does anyone have message? I'm really concerned that something's gonna happen if we split the party.
Message. The only person that has message is over there, and he's not.
There is
playing
no
right now.
magic.
Oh, did you guys acknowledge Arcana or Arcana? We got Team Arcana over here.
No.
Team Arcana.
Put on the wizard hat.
I mean,
All right,
depends
I
on
just,
what kind of-
all I'm saying is that
Yeah,
I
we were
would like
convinced
to.
I'm a wizard.
Can you guys just make sure that you come
Message.
We'll come back safe. We need
Message.
We should go now. We need to figure. We need to get
Message. We're good.
Oh, I can hear you talking.
back? Oh wow, love you guys so much. I really just want to make sure.
Stay, all right, stay here with Quigley. We all need to go. We're wasting too much time.
Look at Jim. He's just like, I could just sip my tea.
Please come back soon. I'm worried that this is the time that Tim Jim's gonna like kill me off.
He's not gonna kill you.
I'm
You're gonna be
really
fine.
concerned. I
Lock,
died almost.
lock the
twice.
door behind us.
Jim, we're doing your favorite thing. We're splitting the party.
Nice.
And we're going to go to the barn.
Okay.
You're
gonna
To the barn? To the barn?
No, I thought we were going to the guy first.
We're,
Wanna go to the guy
we're
first?
doing a curve. We're looking.
Split it even more ways. It's fine.
Hey,
You got
while
other
we
people.
figure this out, you guys should share this episode.
Prizes,
So that
guys.
everybody can
Prizes.
Prizes. All right. We're recording. All right. Prizes. Sharon, are we doing this? Yes. Lock the door behind us. Swerving around,
I'm really
looking,
nervous.
and then
When we come back, it's going to be a secret knock.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, good.
Why does she need a secret knock?
You're
You
knocked
message
out. You're
on
not
it.
talking. Shh. All
He
right.
hears this. He
We're
knows
going.
this.
What's the password? Gautlers.
I like that password.
Cool,
Perfect.
cool. Go.
All right. We head downstairs. Head out.
Jim, we're going.
You go out.
We're going.
You're outside the inn now.
Center of
It's
the-
nighttime. You're going to the gibbet or you're going to the barn?
Going by the gibbet to look
Okay.
around how many people around, and then towards the.
Time out.
Is there any stealthiness going on here?
There's really no... It's in the middle
There's
of...
no stealthiness?
Wait,
I
You're
mean-
not gonna just, like, I'm asking you if you want to roll a stealth check and you're just like, no,
Wait, no.
that's fine. You
Listen
don't
up.
have to.
No, time out. We just walked out the door
without the stuff.
and I turn and go, who
I'm
has
holding
his
it.
stuff?
I'm holding it at the door.
Things.
I thought he put it in his bag.
Things.
I'm sorry, things. Who has his things?
They're right here in my magical bag.
I didn't know. I'm asking.
It's been.
I've had them the whole time. It's been here the whole time.
Do people notice the two of them yelling at one another? Sorry.
We go all the way to the mission
Things.
and then we messed up.
Things.
You know what? It was a good
Are
question.
we going back to part one?
It was a good question.
I have his box.
No, I'm being
I
serious.
have his box in my bag.
Great. Okay. I want to.
So you guys get right out
unconscious.
onto the balcony of the inn and start like whisper yelling at each other, and then realize that you have everything that you need.
Great, thank you.
And then you do what?
This isn't the wagon.
Oh my gosh, the wagon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Are we gonna try to sneak?
Why don't here? I'll make it easy. Why doesn't like one of the people who's really good at stealthy and wouldn't be very conspicuous, one person roll one stealth check and not the whole crowd go? It's super easy if you just have one person who's really good at it do it.
You can't say it to us like that. You have to.
There's
you have
two
to
of us
go
that
off.
can do it. She's
You have to go over
probably
here. I don't hear any of this.
Okay. What do you put in this? Hand me the stuff.
Things. I take the things in the box out of the bag.
She has the things.
And I put it in my cover's sack.
The box is inside.
What?
It's a magical bag.
Yes, because he has a bag of holding.
Oh, not the box.
It's not
three.
the box. No. That's a
I
whole
have
different
three
argument.
pairs. I have 3 pairs of gauntlers in my. Or no, they're not actually the gauntlers. We didn't get the gauntlers.
22 for stealth.
22 for stealth.
People are laughing as hard as I
Okay.
am throughout all this.
Nobody notices your approach.
Great.
Get up to the gibbet. Kind of basically using the shadow of the stage where the gallows is, just hanging there. Geralt notices you because he's been watching you guys like argue over the inn. He watches you.
Things.
He's just over here.
Straw in his mouth.
Says, "Oh, I figured you'd be back."
And I give him his box.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. He takes all of his things, kind of slides it and maneuvers it till it's inside. Spends a few minutes, unlatches it, pulls some stuff out.
And I say, "Can you help us?"
Some stuff on. Oh, hold on. No, I gotta get what he has still. Starts working at the lock with some very familiar tools. After a few moments, you hear the click. Door swings open, and he kind of hops out, grabs all his things out. Says, well, that's a fine bit of
Hand me
bargaining.
the stuff.
Things. Take the.
Hand me the
So I'll give it to you. I just have to stall for a minute while I pull up the things because I didn't think you'd actually move the story along, so I wasn't really prepared for it. So I gotta really help myself here.
I thought you just.
Come on. Craig's dead. He thought he was just gonna leave.
Oh, yeah, I thought for a second too.
I want you to go. If you go north, you're gonna see you're gonna see some markers in the trees, and he shows you a little sign in the dirt. It looks just like this. Most people don't know to look for them, so we usually don't have any problems with it. But now that you know what you're looking for, I want you to find the markers, and they form a path, and it might take you a while because you're not really familiar with it. But if you keep a sharp eye out, and I think you'll manage it, you just follow the markers until you get to the rocks. Now, with the rocks, I want you to be careful because, well, there's the old man Willow to contend with, and well, I would tell you the passcode to get past him, but well, now that he's sort of on the other side of things, he doesn't really listen to me anymore, and I can't really give you anything that'll help you out. You're just gonna have to bully your way through. Probably have to kill him, but you should know that he's very vicious, very fierce, and he's probably going to try to kill you. Sorry about that. I wish I could help you with that, but.
Does he have a weakness?
Oh well, you could try burning him. That really makes him mad.
Yes. Burn.
Not there.
But listen, he can. His big weakness is that he's really slow, but he uses his roots, digs through the ground, and he can strike you from very far away. Pulls you in, squeezes you to death, and eats you. He was really good at keeping people we didn't want in the caves away from us, but well, you know, things changed. So be wary about that, and I think we're done here. If you do manage to kill the bastards, then get in touch with me. I'd love to know that they took a knife in the heart. Good luck to you. Don't die. If it does look like you're gonna get bit or scratched, take a knife to your own throat. That's the best way.
What?
Oh yeah, if you get bitten or scratched, you'll turn, and I don't think any of you want that.
There's no cure for that. There's no.
Oh sure, yeah,
potion?
you take a knife and
No, I don't.
then you won't turn. But anyway, I'm out. Thank you for me things, and
All right, thank you for the information.
all the gods bless you.
And then she takes him and she puts him back into the jail cell because he's so small. She can just pick him up and put him back in there and close
Is
the
he
door.
sleeping? He's not there.
And he starts making his way off.
All right, then I'm gonna stealth back to the group.
Okay.
17 plus 15, I think.
Oh yeah, easily. You managed to easily make him. Even Krag isn't aware that you're like next to him until you're there.
She's right there.
It's like, ah,
Sorry.
goodness.
Did you do it?
You relay?
Yes. So.
What?
So did you ask him first and then say you need to tell us and then bargain?
You didn't get a password? You didn't get a You didn't get a password from him?
You're messing up.
You
I
didn't
killed
mess
the
up.
person. You're messing up.
It's true.
So he didn't give you a password to get past this old
He
man
said there's
Wulu?
no password's gonna work. We're gonna have to kill him, and he said that his weakness is fire, but he also has roots that can extend all the way forward and strangle us and basically eat us. So he wished us good luck.
That's lovely.
We got a flying fire.
I know.
Fire
We at
breather.
least have her.
At least I can do something right.
So can we just say that we know all the things?
Yeah, I
What do
say
you mean
everything.
know all the things? Yeah,
Like
like
she
when
recites
she
all
shows
the
you the
things, she
marker,
comes
like,
back.
she can draw like in the mud, show you what the marker looks like, and then with some survival checks, you can easily like that's
right.
the you'll
Should
find
we
the
go-
path.
To the barn.
Should we go to the barn and see if we can get
Yeah.
any other information? And then
I
we'll,
like
then
this.
we'll make our move.
We need to find out how many wolves we're dealing with here.
And not,
Hang on.
it puts me a little bit uneasy though. I mean, he's saying the only way to kill ourselves, but you and I both got bit and scratched.
Oh yeah, did she mention that to us?
Yes, I mentioned everything to you.
About the no cure?
Yes.
Yeah, we just ready.
And did we talk amongst each other about this?
Yes.
So this guy jammed the thing in my mouth and I drank the potion.
I drank one as well too.
I should be okay, right? Cadwell.
I'm hoping we are.
Cadwell said we would be fine.
We're gonna need
Right,
more.
Cadwell?
We're gonna need more though.
I have 2.
I think I have one.
I drank mine.
You drank yours?
Yeah, we're gonna need more.
What do you got?
Oh, I have 2.
She's got
But I'm not
two.
there right now.
She's not there yet. All right, go check out the barn, and then we'll go back up and talk to Lady Lyra.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna sneak our way to the barn.
Gonna sneak your way out.
We're gonna go to the barn.
To the bar?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys. I mean, yeah, you can just walk into the bar. That's fine.
Barn.
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 There's an N at the end of that word. Okay.
Bar.
Okay.
N.
Anybody who's going then would make a stealth check.
27.
18.
Oh, you've got +1 to that roll.
Oh, I do have a +1 to that roll.
And you got a reroll too. Thanks to Tobias the Bitbox battle box.
17. It's not very graceful, but given the cover of night, you guys, you basically just disappear. This is what you were made for. You guys are fairly certain that no one has noticed you as you make your way within sight of the barn. You can see that there are a pair of guards posted up at the big sliding doors now, and they have like a lantern on like an iron. There's like an iron hook with a lantern on it to give them light, so they can like they're just basically just standing around it and chatting with each other.
How far away did we get? Are we kind of in a cover, far enough away where we could whisper to each other without?
Is there windows? Are there barn door windows? It's just barn doors.
There's like a loft access, like you'd have to climb up to get to it, and you haven't been around back yet, so.
Should we sneak around back? I'll sneak around back.
I was gonna say you sneak around back.
16 plus 15.
Okay, great. 31. You managed to make your way around. Yeah, just managed to make your way around to the back of the barn. There is like a small sheep pen that you slip into, and then it sort of butts up against the barn, so you go around the corner. There are some sheep just sort of like standing out in the middle of the field. They don't even notice you as you make your way over. Around the rear of the barn, you do see that very similar to the front. There's that sort of loft access, and there's another one, but there's a ladder that goes up to like the second floor to be able to just climb in. The door is currently shuttered right now, but you don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to get in there.
Okay, so I'll go back.
Okay.
Wait.
It's a 16, right?
No, I rolled a 1 now.
Yeah, but what's your
Still have to be the skill checks aren't like attack rolls.
It's a 16.
Okay.
Where did you say you were going?
back to you guys to let you know that there's access.
You guys are standing there for a moment, and you guys both notice that the guards who are standing near that lantern talking to each other, like, sort of stop for a moment, and they perk up, and they look like they're talking to each other. One of them starts, like, walking away, looking back, and you can see him motioning. Like, you can almost hear, like, he's going to go check out something, and starts walking around to the back of the barn.
I got this. Wolf mask. Are you gonna stop me?
Don't wolf out here.
I'm gonna draw them away so you guys can get in there.
With a wolf mask.
Hurry! Just do something because they're about to come behind me.
We've got cheers from Furage, Fox Raccoon, and I'm in for life.
Put the wolf mask away.
Okay, so you got the wolf mask almost to your face, and
I
there's
don't know,
the...
be drunk or something.
Alex, make a perception check.
That's his first answer for everything. Is to pull out the wolf mask disguise.
Go to sleep.
Here we go. Alex.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Alex,
You...
Look.
What did you give me? Or what's that?
It's a reroll.
It's a reroll. Thank you.
I'm in
Thank
for
you,
life.
Steven.
From Steven.
The silhouette of one of the guys who was standing guard at the front is now standing at the fence for the sheep pen, and he's looking around, and he looks like you can see his head moving. You just see him standing there, and he doesn't look like he's actually spotted you yet, and you're sort of like standing against the wall. And he puts a foot over the fence like he's about to come in.
Can I pick up like a rock and like chuck it like?
You gonna try? Yeah,
opposite-
make a bluff check to make a distraction.
Great minds think alike. Same team.
Let me reroll.
You're...
Okay. 8.
8's better than a 3.
Yeah.
Just
8,
let me tell you.
7 plus
Give her
8.
another reroll.
7 plus 8, 15.
15. Guy, like, this rock goes and, like, thunks in the mud, and guy, like, stops, and you hear the
question
sound
mark?
of steel being drawn, and you see the glint of a sword, and he calls out, "Who's there? Step out into the light."
And there's the point where I cough.
Okay. Now the both of the guards who were by the lantern now
There's
turn
3
towards the
guys?
sound. No, there were 2 total. Both of them. One is off to the side now. He like turns. Both of them turn now towards the sound of the cough, and start making their way closer. Who's there? Show yourselves.
Sneaking away.
Go. Save yourself. That's what I hear.
You're gonna stay here? Do you want me to sneak away?
Let's both sneak away.
Well, these guys are trying to figure out how sneaking and stealth works, which they have been so far trying to figure that out for 2 seasons. I don't predict any success, but one thing I do predict is that somebody, one of you lucky people, is going to be winning an amazing prize come next month, early February. Why? Because we are partnered with Dogmite all of this month to give away this amazing Dragons and Things dice box. All you have to do to enter to win this particular contest is give a cheer of 500 bits. Every 500 bits that you cheer through the month of January is going to get you 1 entry, up to a max of 10 entries per person, for a drawing to win this beautiful dice box in the first week of February. Currently, we already have 22 contestants with 50 plus entries. So make sure that you are getting those cheers in. Remember, every 500 bits that you cheer is an entry into this contest.
You know what? I think all of them should share.
Sure,
tonight.
do that too.
all of you share.
that you
Because
guys
that
can get
gives
a
you an
prize
entry into our
tonight.
nightly prize, which is tonight, which remember is the Game of Thrones coins and the Game of Thrones pins. Pins and coins, pins and coins.
And Jim, I just don't want you to forget that you have a +3 to your future D20.
I do. Well, to confirm that crit against Alex that's coming up soon, I will use that
So-
+3.
Crap, I'm not there.
Let's be drunk. We're drunk.
All right. Our plans always work out so well.
So we
Sounds
stumble forward out of
Okay.
stealth.
Okay.
We stumble forward out of
into-
stealth.
Okay.
I don't think this is the way back to the inn.
No, I thought you said to go to the barn for more drinks.
The barn for more. Oh,
the barn.
Oh, is that the name? The name of the bar? The bar barn. The barn.
You! What are you doing here?
We're going to.
Why are you out at night?
We're getting more drinks at.
Trying to get yourselves killed?
Well, dude,
or maybe.
What do you mean? No, we're trying to drink. That's what we wanted to do. Just drink more.
Roll a bluff.
Come on, man. Are you good?
You have to do it too. You're bluffing too.
We both have to roll?
Natural 20.
Do I have to roll too?
Kimbleton comes stumbling forward. It looks like he is well versed with being drunk. Like, he's a pro. Even you believe, Krag, that somehow in the last 30 seconds, Kimbleton got drunk. And it's baffling. You can see the two town guard are standing there, and they, one of them put away their weapons. They start talking to each other. You know, they have to go back around here to the town. The sign. I know there's no sign for the inn, but you go back around here. And I'll take him. Georgie, I'll take him.
We'll get you. Yeah, we'll get you a drink.
Yeah.
We don't want drinks. We're on duty.
Can we bring your...
He said duty.
He's on duty.
You're standing on duty. Oh, that's no good, friend.
I'll just hold up here, Georgie. I'll get these guys back where they need to be. He's one of the guys starts, come on, follow me. He starts leading you back.
I like this guy.
But you're gonna leave him by himself. You said it was dangerous out here. You're leaving him alone.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, do you know that?
Make a bluff check.
Oh no.
That's a 14.
14? See, Georgie's sort of standing back there. He's like, yeah, I mean, how do you know I'll be fine? How do you know? I mean, maybe we shouldn't be alone. That's what Moira said. Nobody should be alone at night.
You know what? He's been drinking more than me. I'll stay with Georgie and make sure he's safe.
But
no, we can't have you guys.
These bodies.
Georgie, come with me, Georgie. We're taking you back to the inn. No more questions. No more nonsense. We're all going.
Drinks for all four of us. I'm buying.
No drinks.
It's all right. Hey,
we're on the job.
Shh. It's late. No one will know. It's all right. Just one drink. One drink with us. That's it. One drink.
Georgie, you damn coward. And they both now start leading you back in the direction
You're
of the
walking
inn.
slowly, though.
Yeah, sure. You guys, of course. Give Alex plenty of time.
I
Alex,
put my
right
hand
now.
around Georgie's waist. You're doing great, friend. I'm so proud of you. You were really guarding that door really good.
I make my way up. Yep.
His breath smells nothing like alcohol.
I know.
His bluff was so good that it kind of was.
That is true. It was.
You make your way up the ladder. Push open this sort of loft door. You crawl into there's this crawl space up there. So you get in there. There's a short drop down to the other side, but there's also a ladder there. So you climb down. You're now in a barn.
And then
there is a table set up, and there are two covered bodies.
So I walk over and I uncover the first body.
Okay. It is indeed the woman who turned earlier and assaulted everyone.
So I take out the death mask and I put it on her face.
As you've seen it do several times, it sort of conforms to the contours of her skin. It almost looks like it sinks down and becomes her skin. And she pulls in a ragged breath.
I ask, how many of you are there altogether?
Only one.
Who is your leader?
Syrian.
Syrian?
Is that the third question?
Don't ask that. No, assholes. Well, now you said only one. Are you the last
No. And she exhales that breath that she took in.
It.
And you almost like see this.
I got to tell you,
the cold mist of her breath just like dissipates, and the mask looks much more like a mask, like a rubbery texture.
So I'm gonna cover the body and quickly walk over to the dead the other guy.
Yeah, the dead other guy.
And I'm gonna pull the blanket and put the mask on real quick.
Same thing. It settles down. He draws in a breath, his
And
chest
I-
inflating.
I ask, did you have a family?
Yes.
No, because we're gonna do something good here. I ask, is your family in town?
Yes.
What is your... Oh, no, you only give yes or no questions, right? I just take it off.
Okay.
I put it back in my
There's
bag.
that exhale, the silver misty breath dissipates into the cold night air.
And then I put the mask back in,
Okay.
and then I start walking out of the...
Okay, you leave the barn. You leave the barn well before the other... Says you roll in there for a minute or two. You get there out well before the two guards get back. Easily can make your way back. I mean, without any of them to worry about, you can easily make your way back through the darkened streets without having to worry about any of the patrols. You guys are back at the inn, sitting at the bar. The Georgie and the other guy did not stay for drinks, despite your insistence.
Boo.
It's alright.
Am I back there with them?
Mm-hmm.
Say, you guys want to go check up on Lyra?
Yeah, did you get everything that you needed?
We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna
Alright.
go check up on Lyra.
No, of course.
I don't want to announce it in the
No,
middle.
I'm
of the...
not going to announce it.
And we real casual
So
like.
while they've been gone, my bracelet has started to glow again.
What?
Yes.
And I'm not really sure if that's like, now I'm kind of freaked out that because it now, I don't know why it's glowing at different times and not consistently.
Both of you have secrets.
You notice that it glows just a little bit brighter than it ever has before. And when you touch the runes that you can see
The what? Sorry.
that are glowing on the bracelet,
Runes.
they actually, if you leave your finger there for just a moment, it starts to get really hot, almost to the point where it burns, and then the lettering fades.
Burns are precious.
Read the drunk
Oh,
Kimbleton.
it's Lucas Martinez says, Drunk Kimbleton. I like you, Georgie. You're so much better than dead Dwayne.
Oh.
Never hung out with him.
Oof.
And the real POTUS 98 has gifted a sub to Dark Knight and Brian Summer.
Nice. That's like 1,000
Joy's
gifts.
Games. And Nick and Joy's Game.
And Nick
Oh,
Joy's
wonderful!
He's gifted 1,000 subs.
If you follow us
from
you
Almost,
and
I
you're
would say
watching,
at this point a good
you
like
get ready.
60% of our subs are gifts from the real POTUS 98.
116 of them to be
Oh my goodness!
So we're all
We
are
find
we all
you, we head
together?
back up. We head up into Quigley's room, then, yeah?
Do they see it glowing when they walk in?
No, when as soon as they step into the room with you,
It stops.
the glowing stops.
Wait, how's he doing?
Snoring.
He's resting.
Why are you acting weird?
Well, you know how I was telling, and I have no problem telling you this. So, a while ago, my bracelet started glowing. And while we were gone, I tried to figure it out. I went into the forest and kind of tried to figure out things. But now I'm noticing that, I mean, it's like a message. I know it's a message, and I don't know why, or what it's for. I don't know, I can't read it. I know it doesn't make sense, but it starts glowing, I swear. I know you guys haven't seen it happen yet. I'm not going crazy. But anyways.
Well, that's all that happened. Everything else is okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Right.
Just
Then
trying to figure things
I
out.
guess we relay everything to you then.
Sure.
Great! I'm good at fire.
So I say all that, and then I talk about... So I put the death mask on the lady, and she said there's only one of them. Like, I don't know if it's one werewolf or one of... I asked how many of them are there. And then their leader is Syrian, so I have a name. And also, we should do a good deed. The guy that
Right, the one I killed.
He has a family. I feel like we should leave him some gold as to the family.
Totally.
Just something nice the town can see that we are sorry.
Making an offer.
So we need to figure out where the family is at before we head off.
That sounds good. Come in. Okay.
So, I mean,
well, he's resting. I think he's fine.
Best plan we have is we go and go up towards the caves.
Wait, is it dark out? Like, it's
Oh,
night.
yeah, it's night.
Guys, we should sleep.
No, we wouldn't leave right now.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And
Should
we
we
need
take
Quigley.
watch?
We need Quigley too.
Yes.
I can take first watch.
I can. I'll take seconds. Are you guys gonna take third and fourth?
Sure.
Yeah.
We all take watches, Jim.
Okay. You
Might as well roll
guys post up, bed down, and sleep as best you can. Quigley sleeps rather well through the rest of the night. You all awaken the next morning.
Does Quigley awaken?
Even Quigley. You awaken.
Who's in his room?
And you
All of
feel
us are.
very, very light. And you see that, yeah, you are unarmored.
And I look around for it, and I instantly, I just run to it as soon as I see it, and I start putting it back on, and I look around.
Are any of us in there with you?
Yeah, yeah.
Are they?
I
they're
watered
not in
it.
there?
I don't imagine
Watered
they, yeah.
everything.
And it just
We cleaned him up.
You said sponged. We sponged bath. Remember that?
putting it on.
Alex sponged Beth. Yeah, give me
I
a sponge
watered.
Beth.
I wanted to clean him.
Yeah. But you feel better.
Once I get it all on, it's on. It feels.
Yeah. You feel complete again.
Do we all wake up and go check in his room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all meeting. We're all meeting in the hallway, and let's go check on him.
Yep.
Okay. Check on Quigley. He's like frantically putting on he's strapping down the last pieces of his armor.
Strap. You had no right to do that.
How do you feel?
Horrible.
Oh, you feel horrible? You look much better.
Yes, I look much better.
Here.
Horrible.
Well, think about that for a second. It's all just up here.
She starts walking. Do we know where we're going? Are we?
So we relay all information to you.
What?
Things and things and things.
Should first step outside because I bet you people are going to be quite angry. But there's a missing halfling.
Right.
There's a missing halfling?
There's a.
Yes, you just said there was a missing halfling.
Shh.
We don't know.
We don't know anything about
we don't know that.
Sense motive.
Well, are you gonna do it?
No,
Do what?
it's a
What?
joke.
No, it's a
Oh.
yes.
Joke.
What are you guys doing?
Go downstairs.
Okay, you go downstairs. Looks like everything. I mean, like it's pretty early right now. Most of the town is still a sleepy timing.
Oh, everyone's still asleep.
And if everyone's still sleeping, we should just maybe go do the thing before they wake up and realize he's gone.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, if they're gone and we're gone, they'll think
Yes.
we definitely broke him out.
Yeah,
but-
granted, if he's gone and we're
sorry.
still here,
But we did.
we've broken him out.
We did.
You say in the
Did
middle
we?
of the tavern.
Did we?
Yes, you told me that you did. I'm very confused.
It's all right.
Let's go.
You go and do the thing.
Well,
We're gonna go do the thing.
Go and
wait,
do the thing.
I would like to. Is the bartender up or is the innkeeper up?
Always.
I'm going to ask him.
24 hours a day,
I'm going
baby.
to ask him
I'll be with you.
if he knows where Dwayne's
fine.
Do you know where he lives by any chance? His family.
Make a diplomacy check.
I don't have that.
It's okay. Do I ask? I'm with her. I ask.
Well, she's asking. She already
We
asked.
both ask.
Dark Knight says we all know it was Krag that sponge bathed Quigley. Kragley is real.
Lies. Lies.
So then he doesn't listen to her, so I ask.
What did you get?
I rolled a 2 plus 4.
2, 4. Next he says, why? You gonna finish them off too?
No, actually, and then I step in. I would
yeah, you.
Hi. I know. I'd like to do something nice for that family and bring them
I'm
home.
sure you would.
I get what you're saying. I understand your anger. I would just really like to know where they live.
Anger. He was kind of a dick, honestly.
Well, then can you tell
But
me?
I don't think you should have killed him.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
Sure.
No, it really was.
It was a good throw.
What?
It was a good throw. I saw it. I was watching the whole thing.
He's played by Johnny Depp.
Thanks.
I
It
love
was a
Johnny
good
Depp.
throw. It just hit the wrong person. It was meant to hit the
yeah.
werewolf.
That happens sometimes.
Has that happened for you too?
No, of course not. I've never thrown a spear into a town guard's chest.
Can I please have where does the family live? Please tell me.
Make a diplomacy check.
Come on. Do you have a reroll?
Why aren't you guys telling him why? She rolled a 1.
You have a +1.
I have things though.
Listen.
It doesn't
So
matter.
listen.
One.
Everyone stop.
But, yeah.
We are trying to make things right. And we're going to give his family,
I have
we
a
want to give
12.
his family a little bit of gold. To try to ease the
I hear
pain.
you have a lot of silver you could give him.
No, that's not funny yet.
Got it now.
I
Got
got
him!
a 12.
I'm slow.
But I got a 1 on the rest. But I got a 12.
Yeah. What's in it for me? If you have so much you're going to give them, what about the hurt I've sustained?
You're charging like
Hold on. You're not
60
helping.
gold for a night at
You're not helping.
Uh-oh.
Well.
What are you doing?
This is not going well so far.
You're looking at me for?
I think she's flirting with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wow! Oh my god, I almost hit
And I'm wondering how that makes you feel. That's why
I
I'm
don't see
wondering
this.
your reaction.
I didn't see any of this.
Later.
Oh my god, is this happening?
What's flirting?
So, we can discuss that later.
Hair?
But right now, I really need to go say sorry to a family that lost.
You know, that was cute and it might have worked, but, well, you're not really my type.
Is he your type?
What is going on? Oh my god.
Well, aren't you just something? Are you just offering people up? Is that how it works with
No.
She's just offing people.
Look, what do you
you? I gotta say, when you first came in, I had half a mind to kick you out, but you're very entertaining.
Great. What do you
Other
want?
people might want to hang you in the square, but I say let you just hang yourselves all day.
I think we're done here.
No, I really.
No, I think we're done. I think
please
Dwayne's
come back,
family. I think Dwayne's family loses. They lose him, and they lose out on whatever we were going to do.
Now this is on your head.
I just wanted to be nice.
I did too.
All right, hold on. What if I had them come and meet you? I don't think it'd be a good idea to have you go up to their house.
Do we trust him?
Well, I could bring them here.
Can I roll a
Here?
chat or sense motive?
Yes.
The entire time.
Can you detect people?
I'm not gonna detect evil on him.
Hey, bro.
You're just whispering
Hey, bro.
that.
Hey, detect evil.
Just detect it right now.
No, I'm.
Are you flirting with him?
I'm angry with all of you.
I mean, aside from being
You're my type. Remember.
kind of skeezy, you don't get the
He's
sense that
being-
he's lying to you. Like, he's just kind of... He's really amused by this whole thing. He thinks you guys are ridiculous. He doesn't take you seriously at all.
Is that how you feel, Jim?
He is a stand-in for me personally. He is reflective of my current mood, yes.
It's Lucas. You should read that one. You'll love that. You have to read it like you.
It's Lucas Martinez Lyra. Here, I wanted you to have the spear that killed your husband. It's made of silver. It's got a little blood, but it's still good.
I mean, I buy that. That would be what you would say.
I mean, she did try to put his blood back in.
I did. I tried.
Yes, please, just go get them.
Can
Yes,
we give
please.
Gold, and it'll be.
Can we can we make this all better and just like put a band-aid on it? And I want to go do the thing.
Yeah. So let's just go.
Okay.
Fine. I was just trying to be nice. We don't have to
No,
do
we
this.
should do the thing. It's really nice. We're supposed to be the good guys.
Supposed to be the good thing.
do
Do
this.
something.
You guys sit down and eat breakfast, which is of course very important.
Very.
And by the end of it, there is a young woman who is standing at the entrance of the inn, and you see the bartender who just sort of like motions over to you guys, actually, to her, and she kind of looks at the lot. You can see her eyes are just red and glazed. She's obviously been crying a lot, and she looks right at the table, and she looks really nervous, and she turns around and starts walking away very quickly. What do you do?
I look too
Do we
scary.
see her?
Yeah, you saw her, yeah.
No, I'll walk somewhat behind you, but I'm too scary. You go.
Okay. Right, because I'm not scary. I just killed her husband. All right, so I go.
Fine.
I follow her. I follow her.
Okay.
Excuse me.
She keeps her head down. She's like, you actually see her hunch over, and she starts walking faster.
No, I'm sorry, and I kind of get in front of her.
Okay, you get in front of her. Okay, she stops for a moment and like blinks, and she looks completely like flabbergasted. She doesn't know what to do.
I'm so sorry. It was an accident, and I never ever would have killed anyone or your husband. I'm assuming it's your husband. Anyways, I want to give you this, and I like pull out 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces.
Wait, do I give her more? Sure, I'll give her more.
I reach in my pocket and I give it.
Wait, you're there?
Yes,
I
want to give you
was
whatever.
behind.
I was
behind.
I know that I can't make up for what your loss, but I want you to know that I am truly sorry.
Make a diplomacy check.
Quigley reaches into his pouch and pulls out the moths that are living in it.
I think it's a 17. Yeah, 17. No.
That's 9.
9.
And Tobias
20.
is
20. Okay. You're like shoving all this gold at her, and she.
Oh, I'm not
like,
shoving it. I'm just like holding it out. I don't want to like do too much. I'm sorry.
She doesn't seem to know what to do with it at first. Like she's grab it, like doesn't want to let it fall to the ground. So starts puts it in her pockets, and she's just standing there for a moment, and you can see like tears are like welling up in her eyes, and she's crying still.
I give her like I grip some. Can I just hand her something?
And she looks at you for just a moment, and for just a moment there's no sadness there, but there's this deep anger, and you realize that's never gonna go away. It's like rooted down in her core now. You almost recognize this ember of rage as something that lives inside you as well, and you almost expect it when she just slaps you across the face. I mean, just as hard as she can. And then turns and walks away.
That's good.
Did we get her name so we know the villain? Do we have the name of the...
I put my shoulders on Lyra, and I'm like, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I just wanted us to say sorry to her.
No, I deserved it.
I figure we're still there finishing up breakfast.
So what's going on in my
We're just
head right
eating
now
while they're doing it.
isn't just that I'm sorry, but I'm wondering if I'm actually good or if maybe I am evil. And maybe it's just because I saw that anger and I know that, and I have that in me, and now that I've killed someone innocent, I don't know. Now it's just kind of thinking about things.
Yeah.
I grab your hand. I said, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
I come back with a brave handprint.
Oh, you got a red handprint on your face?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Didn't go so well, huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
I actually think that it could have been a lot worse, apparently.
Well, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But just remember, Lady Lyra, it was an accident. You didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
And you said your piece.
Yes.
You sent your apologies. That's the best you can do.
And you don't feel good about it.
Don't let it eat you up inside, though. Because letting that eat you up is just gonna lead you somewhere else. You're gonna be angry about it. But we have something we have to go and do, and we should go do it now.
Yeah. Do we need to get anything before we go?
I don't think there's anything in this town
So we
that
all
we can
have
get,
enough.
right?
We have enough of the wolfbane potions.
We got a few of them.
If they actually work.
I'd like to pull Lady Lyra aside when we're all walking. Just
Sure. Yeah. You guys can do a walk and talk if you wanted.
Lady Lyra, what did you say? What did you do? What did you?
I did what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to apologize, and I felt bad, so I said sorry.
Okay.
And I gave her money.
Mm.
Look, I already feel bad about it. I don't need you to be condescending toward.
I'm not trying to be condescending. Perhaps when we come back, you could try again. What I would say is...
What in the world?
What I would say is that I don't think money is what that woman's worried about right now, and perhaps there's a way to...
You know what she said to me? She said I could... Wait, did she say...
She didn't say a word to you the whole time.
She didn't. I heard her. Okay. Look, I can't bring her husband back from the dead. I cannot give her anything that would make it better.
Right.
I know that. But I was trying, okay?
I'm not saying
Look,
you
I
didn't
can't
try.
talk about it right now, and I walk away.
Kindleton, make a survival check.
I don't think I ever bought a wolfbane potion. Wait, we have an extra one?
I have 2.
19.
19. Okay. Following the directions that Garewalt gave to Alex, who then told you about the markers, you traveled north from the town about 4 miles before you find the first of the markers. You can see why they would definitely have been overlooked. They look very, very similar to common markers that any hunter would use just to mark trails. Very inconspicuous, but these ones are very, very, very subtly different. And you recognize the one that you need, find it pretty easily, and start making your way. You find the next and the next and the next, and they do seem to be leading you along this now roughly northwestern path. That you're taking. It's a little bit slow going because you have to stop every time you find one and find the next one and make sure that you don't get off chart. And occasionally, like, you have to backtrack to the last known one and try to, see if you can suss out a better path. But over time, you do find what it is that you're looking for. You see ahead of you through the trees. You can see some very tall standing rocks. And as so long as Gary was being truthful to you, you know that sort of marks the closeness to your destination. But you also know that it may mark the closeness of danger. What do you do?
We gotta burn that willow man down.
We do.
You see all around you tall, looming trees.
Did you get a description? You just said it was a willow?
Yeah. Old man willow.
Can I make a knowledge nature check, see if I can see if any of the trees stand out?
Yeah, make a knowledge nature check.
The other ones. Woo! That is a 29.
29. You do notice that most of the trees around you are normal, relatively normal. You do see further ahead that there is a rather large oak that seems to be growing up almost like between the rocks and up out of them. That strikes you as somewhat out of place. A tree that large should you would not expect that. It's not impossible, but it seems like a rather unusual growth.
I relay that to everyone.
Okay.
The best thing we can do is just be ready for anything.
But that's an oak tree.
Yeah.
Oak. Hey. I stride boldly forth.
You stride boldly forth. Okay. You get roughly 60 feet away from the rocks.
And I'm prepared for it to grab up on my toesies.
So you're about 60 feet away from the rocks when suddenly the ground beneath your feet begins to buckle, and long, thick roots rip themselves up from the ground and lash out at you with tremendous strength. Roll initiative.
Oh!
That was unexpected. Was it though?
17.
17. Just a little before me.
15.
Got to 15 as well.
Quigley lost his arm earlier.
+4.
Who knew?
Plus, so you go before me.
That's a little after me. 15.
Krag and I both have 15, so me then Krag.
Me then Krag. All right.
Yes. Peas and carrots.
And Alex?
I have 13.
13. You guys are not doing so hot on these
I
initiatives.
have not been doing good.
And Lyra?
23.
23. You are doing hot on that initiative. First to react as the willow reaches up, or the roots reach up and begin to whip around Quigley. What do you do?
Hold my action.
Holding your action, okay? You can insert yourself wherever you'd like. Quigley, you're next up.
Excuse me, old man Willow. We do not wish to fight. I'm perhaps wondering if you speak any language and we could communicate with one another.
That's what he says.
Make a diplomacy check.
Maybe they're good.
Yeah! Oh. 15.
Okay.
Nope.
You can kind of tell that this huge tree that's growing up out of the rocks, like, it actually, like, turns now the whole trunk towards the group, and you can see this, like, gnarled old man's face carved into the bark, and you can, like, tell that it understood, and it answers back, and it says, "Die."
I see that we're at an impasse, and I would like to. You said they're springing up around.
They're like, you are currently threatened by these roots.
I'd like to attack them.
Okay.
Now, you make a judgment on this one, Jim Jam.
No.
I feel like since I knew we were going up against a tree, that I wouldn't have my axe, but I would have my sword out.
You want your sword out?
But that's
I don't care about your have your sword out.
All right, so I'm going to make.
I don't think you can attack the roots themselves, though.
Oh, I can't?
You can only attack the
Wouldn't it be better to have an axe?
The trunk.
Why can't you do
I would like to then move up and try and get to the trunk.
So there's 60 feet between you and the trunk.
Won't make it. So I'll make it 40 feet.
Okay, you're going to provoke, but you know that.
Yes.
So as you make your way forward, the roots lash out at you. One of them, but only hits an armor class 16, which, I mean, I don't know why I roll dice when you're, like, here. That's just silliness. But then it is my turn. And having you said you can move a total of how many feet?
40 feet.
40 feet? Okay, so you are 20 feet away from this thing. It's going to attack you with all 3 of its roots.
Cool.
The first one is getting armor class 20.
Nope.
Second one's going to hit armor class 23. The third one is going to hit armor class 16, which is no bueno. And the entire tree, like, very ponderously, like, scuttles forward. And it's still about 15 feet away, but the entire thing, like, bends outward, and you see this huge open mouth that tries to clamp down around you.
Oh!
It's a were tree. That's great.
And that hits armor class 20.
Yeah.
So, yep, it's Kittleton's turn.
It has a mouth!
Well, dice.
Swift action.
How far back from Quigley did you guys start?
I don't know.
Because I know he went ahead.
Yeah.
He got 60 feet, or away from the tree.
So there's
How
still more
far?
60
How far
feet
ahead
back.
did you let him go from you?
Oh.
Although I would never. I mean, I had definitely stopped.
We were all just standing there. Is the usual.
Yeah, we're
just
watching it happen, which is normal.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Swift
fine.
action. Aspect of the tiger buffing me up +4
Okay.
dex, and I'm giving that to. I'm gonna do it to you, so it's gonna buff up your AC by 2, so +4 to your dex. And then I'm going to cast on one of my axes Sun Metal.
Sun Metal. Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I would like to go before Krag. So put me
Okay.
there,
So you want to
please.
insert yourself?
Yes, and I cast Sun Metal on his hammer.
Okay. Krag's hammer bursts into flames.
It's a D4 of fire.
D4 of fire on top of.
And then it is Krag's turn.
Jim, I'm gonna do what I always think I should do.
I'm gonna wait.
Fly. Sure, you fly.
I'm flying in hot to the tree.
Okay.
Power attacking with a flaming hammer.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
I'm going to also cast Sun Metal on him.
Yeah.
I don't have Sun Metal. I'm making a joke.
Not yet. Do you get that?
I was
So-
gonna help you.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan is gonna hit.
Fire.
Fire.
Fire it up, baby.
Let him know the fire damage separately, because it might.
So Michael Jordan, regular damage with 3 fire damage.
3 points of fire damage. All right. So how much was that? Sorry, it was Michael Jordan
Michael
plus
Jordan
3.
plus
All right, 23 plus 3. Bash into the tree. Chunks of wood go flying everywhere. It is now Alex's turn.
I want to get close enough, but not too close, but close enough to throw a Tanglefoot burn bag at one of the roots.
You can't attack the roots directly.
They're like popping up and sinking.
Oh, randomly?
Yeah.
Could I get up close enough to launch it at the trunk?
You can get any. I mean, you can throw it from any distance. It's just that it has, I think, 20 feet, or every 10 feet is a -2 penalty. So.
Okay. Can I get up? I mean, I would like to get up as close as possible to launch it.
Okay, you can move a total of 60 feet. So we'll say you were 80 feet away at the start. So you let Quigley go ahead. So you can move with a full move action and do nothing else this turn. Would be 60 feet, putting you 20 feet away.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It is Quigley's turn. Top of the next round.
Good old detect evil on that tree.
You don't detect any evil.
All right, then I'm just going to charge it.
It's just a tree, man.
Okay.
It's just a tree, man.
Oh yes, 18 on the die
All
plus
right.
15 is
Sure.
33. And I do 9 points of damage to it.
9 points of damage. All right. This thing is getting beat up. It is its turn, and it is going to lash out at you, Alex, with one of these guys. Another of these roots come bursting up out of the ground. You notice that its root system seems to stretch out in all directions, but it only seems to be controlling certain parts of its root system at a time, one of which, right underneath your feet, bursts up out of the ground and tries to lash you. And it's going to hit armor class 25.
Yep, that hits.
All right, so it slams into you. You take 7 points of damage, and it actually wraps around you and pulls you in, and as it does, the trunk immediately reacts by, like, launching itself towards you. You see this, like, open wooden mouth that just tries to close in around you.
Oh!
And that is going to hit armor class 29.
Ooh.
So with an immediate attack with the bite, it then deals... That hurts quite a bit harder, and it deals 17 points of damage as the just slams into you. And now you are like right up next to the trunk because it actually pulls you. You're 10 feet away from the trunk
Wait.
because it pulls you 10 feet closer.
We have +2 to our AC for this round.
Okay.
So did that first attack hit you? What was that first attack?
What,
It was
first
armor
attack
class
was
25.
That would make me up to 25.
Oh.
So yeah, it still hit me.
Stop. Stop with this. I have ACs in the mid-30s.
The people have spoken.
You know what? I'm hitting you, and I just declare you all hit. Okay? I'm tired of missing every attack.
remember you have your +3.
Stupid.
Dude,
yeah,
that
I'll get
was
+3 on your face. Next, the other
those
root
just
is
happen?
going to attack.
That is this round.
It's going to attack you, Krag, for being mean and
With
charging.
What?
With its root.
Aren't you flying?
I'm flying.
How high up are you flying, Krag?
Up about how tall is the tree?
Very, very tall.
I'm up
You're
flying.
way, way up high.
My idea was to be flying so I wouldn't get hit
Your
by
idea
these
was
roots.
to find the perfect place you could be where you were in no danger whatsoever.
Like in the video game when you find
you know
that
what?
spot where the
Get out of my game, Krag.
You tell me where
you know
I am,
what?
Jim.
Fine, I'm just gonna kill Alex then. I guess I'm left with no choice but to just kill Alex. Second
He
root
forced
is
your
going
hand.
to. Oh, that's a leaner. Second root is going to hit armor class. Ooh, that's 18 on the die, so that's in the 30s for the hit. So that root is going to lash out and hit you, Alex, for 5 points of damage. Again.
He's being so mean to you.
Hold on.
Don't say those things.
Where is that?
What?
Don't provoke.
I'm not provoking. My job is to provoke him. I'm trying to get him to attack me.
Yeah, but then he just attacks everybody else.
He doesn't want to attack you because your AC is like dumb.
So this is why I have to
No,
provoke
it's not your turn yet, because I have one more root attack that I can use against Alex.
But
I'm in the mouth.
I'm shiny.
Yeah, I know, but it's just boring to attack you, Quigley. I wasted a whole turn on you. Now I'm
Alright.
wasting a whole turn on
Alright.
somebody else. I'll come
When
back to
when
you.
I chop
I'll-
down your tree,
Listen, I'll
then
waste
don't
I'll
come
waste
whining
another
to
turn
me.
on you soon. Okay, don't
Okay,
worry.
great.
I'll make
Thank
sure
you.
that it's evenly spread
Thank
out, so that I
you.
just waste my time. I don't hit you on the last attack. The last root attack doesn't hit you. I already used the bite, so now it is.
I grow wings of fire and I.
Kittleton's turn.
It's your turn.
Like
ready.
So I realized I didn't move the last turn, so
You
I'm
didn't.
far away. So I'm gonna double move. I'm gonna move 40 feet.
Double moving. That is going to provoke from one of the roots that can reach out.
No.
Hitting. Oh, you're fine.
All right. I'm tiny.
You're fine. You're just fine.
That's how I run.
Now it's Lyra's turn.
And lift into the air.
You do what?
I grow my fire wings and I.
You grow fiery wings and fly up into the air.
And high.
Way high, where nothing could ever attack you.
That
Got it.
perfect
Yeah.
spot.
That perfect spot.
Where all the enemy's stuff is shooting and
Right,
you're just
but it-
standing there and you're gonna
yeah,
hit it
yeah.
until it dies.
Yeah.
It's Lucas Martinez says, Old Man Willow starts throwing apples at the airborne Krag, Wizard of Oz style.
But he's an oak tree. He has no apples.
Next up is Krag.
Acorn.
That fire.
Oh yeah, it was
Power fire attack, Jim.
Yeah?
Flying in, circling around.
Got 2 rerolls and a +3. Game over.
Yeah. 25.
25 hits.
Do it.
Yes. Hitting it. 21 regular,
Okay.
2 fire.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, yeah, bludgeoning is not doing great.
25.
25. You get the impression that either Gary was wrong or he did lie to you, because the wood is not burning. The flames seem to be doing nothing. You're bashing the tree, like you can see where your hammer's hitting, but it doesn't seem to be having the fire doesn't seem to be having any effect.
Yeah, he did say willow and it's
Yeah.
an oak tree. And...
So I see this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm way up too high to yell at anybody.
You're way far
I
away
just want to
from
yell.
everything.
She's
So
right
get
there
outta
next
here.
to you.
She can't understand me.
Just out
Can't
of range.
understand.
Gary lied!
I can understand him.
He lied!
He cried!
I'm yelling
It
Gary
is,
lied.
Alex's turn.
I'm yelling lies, Jim.
Am I able to drink a potion in there if I'm, or there's no way? 'Cause
You
I'm
drink a
just-
potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hold on to you. It literally just pulls you, and then he bites you, and then that's it. Like there's no, you're not
Oh.
grappled.
Okay, so can I take a 5-foot step back or run
Yeah.
and take the potion?
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be my turn.
Okay. What potion do you drink?
Cure moderate wounds.
Cure moderate wounds. Quigley's turn.
Can I make a knowledge check on this creature?
Do you have knowledge arcane? No, do you have knowledge nature?
No.
No, then you can't do it.
All
Sorry.
right. Great. I'm gonna hit it twice.
You are.
I'm
Stand there,
I'm yelling lies.
and I'm gonna hit it
I keep
twice.
yelling lies, and I yelled Gary lied.
All right. The first one's a 24.
24 hits.
For 7 points of damage.
All right.
And the next one is probably a miss with a 14.
14 is not going to hit.
Yep. All right.
Big tree and you missed it.
All right, then it is my turn. Who do I hurt?
You said me.
That's right. I guess I'll just let me just try to roll some.
Don't do that. He's trying to provoke you.
I'll roll
You got
some.
+3.
I'll roll
Don't
the. I'll roll
you got
the root attacks.
Root
I'll roll the
attacks.
root attacks.
You got a +3.
I know what I got. 19 on the die, so that is a total of 31 to hit.
Wow.
Yep.
That gets you.
Finally.
The other one was a 3 on the die, so no, that's no good. And then what do we got? 9 for a 21, which isn't going to do it for me.
You could add that +3 though.
I'm not going to waste it because I know that your AC is not 24. You do get biffed with one of the roots, and it deals 9 points of damage.
All right.
Then, I don't care what you say. I can attack you with the bite if you're up in its business hitting it with a hammer.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to
That's fine.
bite Krag. I'm going to bite Flying Krag.
Saving shield.
He's too far away.
He throws his shield now like Captain America.
Way too far away. But
I
that's
throw
a weak.
it
That's
straight up in the air.
That's
and it
weak. That's
comes
only
back
20 to hit, so that's no bueno.
We missed a bunch. Did we call those chairs out before?
I don't.
I think he's
And
got like
we
a
haven't-
25.
Tobias's donation. We haven't.
That's
No, you don't
Dorian,
use Dex when
Cadence,
flying.
Tobias, and Jay
You don't take any
Womack
penalty to your
have
AC
cheered.
when
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tobias
What?
threw
Yeah.
down
We lived in a world
$25
where-
too.
Woo!
I got the +3. It's all to
And he
Krag.
gave you a reroll.
You're the best. I know. I got 2 rerolls and a +3 to my D20.
Boo.
I'm still
Skittleton's
looking
turn,
for
though.
my Tobias.
Brian Summer
So
says Lyra's distracted from battle. She looks up at Krag, realizing she can see right up his loincloth. Oh, the good old days.
Oh.
Can I do a since we hear him screaming? He lied. Knowledge nature.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course I got it.
He lied.
Natural 20, 13.
Natural 20. So what you recognize in front of you is a plant known as a quickwood. It has the ability to absorb magic. It is resistant to magic. It is immune to electricity and fire.
It's a good thing I don't have my electric.
Oh, immune to magic or not immune to magic? Resistant to magic?
It's both resistant to magic and it can absorb magic that is cast at it.
Does that include magic weapons?
This wasn't your knowledge check, Quigley.
All right. I scream. I yell all that out to him, and I cast lead blades.
Lead blades.
Ting, ting, green sparks.
You cast a spell. You are within a threatened area, correct?
Fine.
Here comes the root.
Root is the problem.
That is going to hit with a total of 30 to hit.
But you have that +3.
I'm fine with 30. That is going to be 9 points of damage, and in order to successfully cast the spell, you must make a concentration check of DC 10 plus the damage dealt plus the level of the spell. So 19 plus, it's a first level spell?
First level spell.
So 20. DC 20, concentration check, or lose the spell.
No problem.
I just hit 20.
Just hit it? All right, you succeed. You manage, even though you get biffed in the face, the blades still grow.
Probably should have used that +3.
You stop it. I'm going to +3 your face. You have lead blades. Lyra.
You said that was 9 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you had sun metal, correct?
I've already done that.
Now,
And that didn't work.
But yeah, but
Lyra
put it
can't
away.
understand.
Yeah, I can't understand anything that's happening. So I do see him stop with the fire, and I don't understand why he did that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I breathe fire, it's a cone.
Yes.
It won't hit my friends. Will it?
No. You're too far away from everything. Nothing bad
cones
could ever
are-
happen. You found the perfect spot.
Cone's like an ice
Are you lying?
No, I'm serious. You could easily
Okay,
hit it.
so I'm gonna use that because I
Okay.
don't
Big
know.
tree.
Yeah,
where-
you just like blast fire from your mouth, and it like envelops these leaves, and you expect to see them all go up in flames, and your evil laugh is all ready while you cackle over this burning creature.
He just called you evil.
And nothing happens. In fact, all of the fire seems to almost be like sucked into the wood, and it's just gone.
So now you know.
Oh gosh.
Now you know.
Now you can either move, or you'd have to make a hover check to, or so you either have to move or make a hover check.
I'm gonna move back. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna move a little away.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, did Kimbleton explain this to us? Like, did he shout it out?
Yeah, no, it was basically just shouted out, immune to fire, electricity, magic sucks it up.
Lies,
Bad
lies.
Exactly.
Flies where?
When? Sorry, it is Krag's turn.
Ooh. Jim, I want to fly and hit it again.
Okay.
Oh, no, not in the thing.
It's
Does
probably
a
still
19 hit?
Do I have a +3? Yes, 19 hits.
You have a +3 to a future D20. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, 19 hits.
Yay!
You stop cheering, Quigley. I don't like you.
Add that fire.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael Jordan +1 fire.
Michael Jordan damage. That takes us to Alex next.
I'm up next to him.
Yeah.
I guess I'll try and hit.
All right.
First one. 6 plus 9.
Well, did you move up? Did you move up closer to him?
No, I moved 5 feet away. to
Yeah,
drink
because you drank a potion, so you
so,
are.
Okay, so
yeah.
can I move up?
Yeah, but you'd have to move more than 5 feet because he has reach with his mouth. So when he pulled you, he didn't pull you next to him. He has reach with the mouth. So you were still like 10 feet away. Then you
Gross
took 5
tree
foot steps.
lips.
You're 15 feet away. You have to move up to him.
Okay, I'll move up to him.
Okay, so you do that. It would provoke, but I've already taken an attack of opportunity this round, so you can now make one attack.
Okay, I rolled already. So it was a 9 plus, what would I have?
It was a 15.
15.
15 is not going to hit.
Quiggles. So in Celestial, I will relay the information to Lady Lyra.
She can't hear
She's
you.
in a perfect spot.
She doesn't, actually, language
doesn't
can't
quite
hit her.
understand me. I speak in message that Sir Krag cast on all of us.
Yeah.
And then
his knowledge arcana check.
And then I'm going to hit this thing many times.
Are you?
Yes, I'm going to
What if you
use.
didn't,
I'm
though?
going to use all 3 attacks.
Uh-oh.
I hope you fail.
I'm gonna slap it with my shield. I'm gonna slap it. Yeah. First attack. 19. No. First attack is a 17.
Good. Get out of here with that
And
weak
there's
sauce.
nothing higher than that.
Good. You have failed, Quigley, and I'm not going to attack you for 2 whole rounds. I refuse. On its turn, it has absorbed the spell magic.
Oh,
and
cool.
it lets out a burst all around it.
No.
10 feet. 10 feet of area all around it, even up in the high, because you're still next to its branches.
But like, does it go high?
It wasn't a
It goes
spell.
really high up.
But Jim, I need to
didn't
find
use the
another
spell.
perfect spot.
It absorbs magical energy.
So that includes that, even if I didn't use the spell.
That was I think that was
It does.
That's magic. And I look up at Sir Krag and I go, Gary lied!
And everyone needs to make a will save.
Oh, a will save.
This is a fear effect, so if you're allergic to fear...
Wait, do
Did you say will save?
Yes.
It's fear! I'm never afraid!
So when Quigley first moved, he went 60 feet, right?
Oh,
All right, I'm
Duchess
20
of
feet away from
Dinos
it.
is giving a donation right now coming in.
Fine. You're outside the radius.
Well, you've got 2 rerolls.
I got a reroll. I'm using a reroll, Jared. Thank you,
Wait, am I
Tobias.
out of the range?
No, you are not out of the range.
That's a 19.
Thank you to
19.
Will save. Thank you, Tobias.
Thank you, Natasha. I got 19 as well.
Okay, and then Lyra.
It's a leader.
It's a leaner, yeah.
What is it?
What is it?
Will save.
Will save.
Will. Will you make the will save?
I hope so.
Will you
Marry
succeed?
me.
20.
20. 20 is a pass. 19s are failures.
Oh,
You have failed to save yourselves. Your wills are weak,
He adds +3 to
and
the
you
roll.
are both panicked.
Oh
What
no.
does that mean?
I'll get it.
I've never done that.
I'll get
We have the rules.
I've never done that one.
It's been a
You drop anything that you are holding and flee from the source of your terror with all haste.
I'm gonna lose my weapons again.
Oh yeah.
Stop it, Jared.
Don't stop it, Jared.
So I
continue.
I flee, fly.
Are they?
I fly, flee.
Are they on
Isn't that
fire?
a song?
Are they on fire?
We're not on fire. We're just afeared.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't use the spell.
Feared.
Like it doesn't use. It just
It just
that it
creates
uses
the
that energy to fuel its aura. Yes.
Okay.
That's fine. We got it. We're running away. We're running.
Fine.
You keep your rules card.
Fine.
I mean, if you nope.
You know what? Panicked is
it my
not
turn?
in here.
I don't think I dropped my
Right,
hammer.
wait,
Jim.
You do.
I don't drop my hammer.
You drop your hammer. You have to flee.
It's
as quickly
tied
as you
to my
can.
wrist.
You take a -2 penalty on all attack rolls, saving
This is
throws,
pretty
skill
close.
checks, and ability checks until you are no longer panicked.
-2 to attack and.
Jim, what if I told you
Basically, any D20 roll.
that
you
I
make is
tied my
-2.
hammer to my wrist before we went into
You
battle?
didn't say that though.
But what if I told you I did?
If you had told me that, it would be amazing. Your hammer would barely fall. It'd be like, boom, still got it. But as you didn't say that, it falls down and crushes Quigley's head. He's dead now. You take 10,000 points of damage.
This hammer would never hit my AC.
It hits you.
A falling
You're
hammer would.
flat-footed.
It
You're
hits against
flat-footed.
touch
Hammer
AC.
wouldn't hit my AC.
It's a gun hammer. It's against touch AC.
Okay.
What's up?
Is it-
I'm sorry. We've gotten way off track here. It is indeed Kimball.
All right, I'm gonna start chucking some axes.
All right, chuck your axes.
First one's a 17.
17 is a miss.
17's a miss. Second one's a 23.
23 is a hit.
And then the third one, that one should be.
That was a really
that one's a 26.
26 is a hit.
So let me see. First hit is 8.
Who's running with me?
Second
That's just 2
hit.
of us.
He's not running. He's
Oh, he's
flying.
flying.
Second one is another 8 and 2 fire.
All right, 16 points of damage. You can see that this tree is wearing down. Things are getting real bad for it. Lyra.
I don't see it, Jim. I'm
Dispel
flying away.
magic on him.
That won't.
Come on.
Now-
I see him running panic.
No, I know, but it's not. He's not under a magical effect. He is afraid. If you had remove fear,
Yeah, I
that
was
would be the spell to use.
Well, I don't have that.
Jim Jam,
Yes.
would the most logical place to be to escape this thing? Since it's all on the ground, it's all up in there. Would it be straight up?
Quigley, get out of here
Wait, what did you say?
with your nonsense.
What did you say?
You said fly straight up.
Get you to come down.
You know what? He flies straight up until the boots run out of magic for the day, and then he falls and dies.
So far, everyone just died tonight. Except for me.
I'd like to cast spiritual weapon.
That's a spell you can do.
Okay.
Go for it.
Do
Make
I
your
roll
attack.
a
You roll-
d20?
Yeah, you make an attack.
Great, 16 on the die.
Okay.
Plus something.
Plus, yeah, that's a definite hit.
He'd be
Okay.
scared.
And then 1d8 plus.
Roll a spell resistance check.
But I got a 16 on the
No,
die.
I know. You have to roll a spell resistance check.
Okay, so is that the same one
weapon
with
hits,
D20?
but it also might just resist the spell.
Okay, is it d20?
So it's d20 plus your caster level, which is currently 8.
20.
20. Good. So you beat its SR.
So 1d8 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 6.
6 points of damage, and the tree is destroyed.
Yay!
But you two are
great.
still panicked
Great.
for a full minute.
Try to fly in front of him.
We're gonna be running forever.
I fly in front of him and I
As
start trying to.
soon as the tree stops, you are the next to go.
What?
And you have to flee away in a random direction. Away from everything.
So I speak celestial with you. Go
Krag,
get.
you see him just go like he's flying.
He's
He
flying.
just like starts darting
Go
through
get
trees.
Alex.
She will literally outrun me.
Still try. And I go like
trust Kimbleton.
fly and trying to catch him from flying too far.
Okay.
Kimbleton. Well,
Sure.
he doesn't speak celestial.
I start
Tell
running
Kimbleton.
after Lady Alex and I go clang, clang, clang.
That scares
clang.
me even more.
Come on, Sir Kimbleton.
I'm like
we'll
trying
go
to get in
find
front
her.
of him.
Kimbleton, what are you doing?
So
in
now
all
we're
this?
both flying back.
Well, I mean, he's going after Alex. Tell me to run after him. You're flying after him. Yes. All right. I end aspect of the tiger, do aspect of the stag. Give myself an extra 10 feet and book it after her. And I give
of the guntlers.
Aspect of the guntlers. That's the new thing. And that 10 feet to you as well too, so you can move farther as well.
Okay. Let us determine which direction Krag is fleeing. Okay. Krag, I have your direction, and then we'll do Alex.
Is it straight up?
No, it's not straight up.
Straight up now, baby.
It is in the same direction. You guys are all fleeing in the same stupid direction. So yeah, everybody, you guys are just flying overhead. You guys are running through the underbrush. You can see. I mean, like she's even with his ability, like she's out. Everybody's outpacing you.
Good use of a spell though.
They're just.
Even
with your bonus, like you're sort of keeping up with her, but I mean she's got 40
even
feet
with
of
the bonus, I'm at 30 feet.
With her boots, she's got 40. So I mean she's out distancing you.
And
Krag,
if
you're
it's
flying.
running, it's times 4. So in we're going 120 feet, and she's.
I don't think she has to run. She just has to double move.
Oh, she just has to fly. Yeah. Okay.
That's the only thing that doesn't require you to actually run. So you guys are and you guys can see. I mean, like Alex just at a point, she's just like gone. You can't keep up with her. You're like getting tired again. You're getting tired. Krag overhead and Lyra, you guys are definitely outpacing these two. But you can keep up with Krag, I think, because his fast movement doesn't affect his speed. But make a perception check for me.
Cool. I think it's a 17. Hold on. Might be 16. 17.
17. Okay, so you're able to kind of stick with him as he just like flies through. About 30 seconds go by. And you're just trying to keep up with him. You're trying to get his attention. He's like out of his mind. And you guys at this point are basically by yourselves. You have no idea where Alex is, where she's gotten to.
Can we make survival checks?
I mean, Kimbleton's next. I imagine his next thing to do would be to try to track her through the woods.
Can I aid him in that?
Except that I need both of you to make perception checks.
Werewolves happened.
You know.
We're in wolf territory.
23.
I did just about as good. 7.
You're really on par with where Kimbleton is. Kimbleton,
7 is a Tony Kukoc.
You realize that you might just have to track her for a little bit. You know, she's probably not going to get too much further. That fear has to let up at some point, and you could find her and reunite with her. So you realize if you could just follow where she is, then whenever she calms down, you'll just catch up with her. You don't need to have her in your grip right now. Just take it slow and smart and steady, and you are on the ground, following her tracks, and then you hear from 3-4 different locations a very low, hostile, deep growling sound. And you turn, and you see that stalking through, at 3 points, one to your right, one to your left, and one trailing behind you, are these humanoid wolves, very much like the creature that you fought in the town square. And you realize, and Quigley he's just like, come on, Sir Kimball, we have to get her, right, let's go. He has no idea. But they're all starting to encircle you.
Oh no.
What do you do?
Oh my god.
Kimbleton's gonna be a werewolf.
Yeah, try to yell, but Quigley, there's werewolves, keep go.
You just start running. As soon as you do, it's like that instinct hits them, and they all start just rushing in, and you realize very quickly that there's no way you're outrunning these creatures. No. And as they're rushing in, Quigley, you finally see what has stopped Kimbleton, and you realize you're out by yourselves in the forest. And you actually, just for the briefest moment, one of the faces of these wolf creatures, it's the eyes, and they look so startlingly familiar that you feel this like shock of panic in your heart, and you remember looking into these very eyes not several weeks before, and you remember how you couldn't help anyone around you. And we will pick this up next week.
No.
I like it.
Goodness. Go home.
Get out of here. Before we go, though, we do have some prizes to give out. As I mentioned before, we are giving away the Game of Thrones pack and sort of a recognition of our Joining the Winter is Coming family, which will be happening in February. So we are giving away some cool coins with various house sigils, and of course the pins, the Stark and Targaryen pins. Those are going to be going out to one lucky fan who shared on Twitter. Just like I told you. If you're thinking to yourself, I wish I had those coins and those pins, but you didn't share, you have no one to blame but yourself. Get on those shares. As soon as Shoshal lets me know how many we've got, and I'm looking over to see what he's telling me. 40 shares, very nice. 40 shares. All right.
This was a good episode.
It was fun. I felt like you guys did some really good role play. Really some deep stuff. But it was also, you had some funny moments too. It's a really nice roller coaster. Krag actually isn't going to be with us next week, so why don't you go ahead and roll percentages to find the winner.
We also have been subbed real fast. We've been subbed by Oh Shuck. It's a new sub.
Yeah. Welcome to the sub family. Oh shit.
Here we go. 93.
That's too many.
You can add 3 to it. 24.
24. There we go. That's a good one. Number 24, you are going to be winning our prize pack for this evening. If you didn't win that prize pack, but you've been cheering, well, luckily for you, you're still in the running for an amazing prize coming to you at the beginning of February. Remember, we are giving away this beautiful dice box from Dogmite. They are partnered up with us all through the month of January. Every 500 bits that you cheer is 1 entry, max 10 entries per person. We're already above 20 entrants, but your odds are still good. Get those cheers in. I mean, seriously, somebody's going to win it. It might as well be you. All you got to do is cheer for us, which who doesn't want to cheer for us? I want to cheer for me. I don't want to cheer for any of these clowns sometimes. With their cheating. I just give you a hard time. I know you're not cheating. I know you're all just playing the game. I just like to give you a hard time. So our winner tonight is Dark Angel 785.
Congratulations, Dark Angel.
Dark Angel, all you got to do is send us a direct message on Twitter. You can message me at Evil Jim Jam. You can message us at Dat Dragon Show on Twitter. If you're on our Discord, which all of you should be, because we have an amazing time on Discord all week. If you're on our Discord, make sure you can send a direct message to me or all of the cast members are on there. The point is, send somebody an address where we can send your prizes to. That's all you got to do. As soon as we know where to send it, we'll send it out. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with us. We'll be back next week. All of us except for Krag, unfortunately. That's okay because he's just panicked in the.
He's panicked.
He's just out in the forest.
Guys,
lost.
Grab my hammer.
The hammer's gone forever.
Grab my hammer.
You know what, last time I took your things and you got so mad at me for taking your things.
Somebody
I'm gonna
go
leave
back
that
and get
hammer
that
where
hammer.
it is.
Leave the hammer where it is. I
still need to
agree.
grab my
Leave the hammer where it is. Remember, guys, go ahead and check out winteriscoming.net because they have an amazing community over there of Game of Thrones fans, and we're going to be joining that page very soon. We're going to be featured on that page, and all those people, bring them into that family for us. Do all the work for us so that we don't have to reach out to them. That's really what we want you to do. Let's go over. It's a really cool site. They have some. Actually, Adam used to be on that show. They had like a Winter is Coming after show. Adam Rady used to be on that. Yep. Go into their archives and find where Adam Rady was.
He was the show.
Because he did a thing there.
They're still doing that thing. In fact, I'm going to be on that thing as a guest.
Oh, you're going to be a guest on there, huh?
On Widnes-Day.
That's why he's been growing out his hair for forever.
That's the specific reason that he's been growing out his hair.
Day, tune in and get information about Winter is Coming and Game of Thrones. And,
very
Dragons
nice,
and
very nice.
Yay.
And
awesome.
on Friday,
a secret.
A secret?
Hold your horses. Hold your horses.
My horses are not
holding your
I'm
horses.
having such a hard time holding my secret.
Everybody's having a hard time holding their
I don't know
horses
the
because we have a
secret.
big secret and we can't tell you anything about it, but you should know that if you want to know it, the very first people who are going to know when that secret, exactly that secret is, are the people who turn into the official Paizo channel on Friday at 4 p.m. next Friday, because they're going to announce a big old secret that Quigley is not allowed to announce, even though he desperately wants to. He just wants to say it so bad. It's
Nobody
so
ever
hard
tells
for him
me
not
secrets.
to. For the rest of you, we'll be back next Friday. Come join us. Come see all of these people turn into werewolves, which is most certainly going to happen.
Are you gonna turn me into a werewolf on my birthday?
Yes,
That's
I don't care about
right.
your birthday.
Hey,
No
it's
mercy for
birthday.
the no
It's
mercy for the birthday.
Another Dragons and Things birthday.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be invincible.
It was
on
fun,
his
guys,
birthday.
but we'll see you next week. All right, have a good one.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good weekend. Enjoy yourselves.
Or good morning.